has come, we will stand together stronger than we've ever done. And like the sun, we will rise at dawn and never stop until we've won. The time has come, we will rise like the sun and we'll never run. And we will fight till we won. We will bite, we will smite all through the night. We'll never sleep, never rest. Put the faith to the test, the self-obsessed, self-confessed, self-professed, divinity, nobility. Your God is a fraud, so stop. We're done with the violence and the fury and the cruelty. I said we're done. We will win the war, we'll win the fight, the end's inside. All you see in us is barbarian, but all we want is to be equalitarian.
Hello everybody, hello and welcome back to a swelteringly hot day in the UK if you're watching from anywhere else. My name is Sam, I am your very sweaty DM today for Fumble Folks' Rapid Riders, one of our long form campaigns here. We are in the middle of our magical abandoned university, although not as abandoned as we'd hoped, but I will let the Rapid Riders introduce themselves before we reintroduce our campaign. So, first of all, Bree.
Hi, yes, I'm Bree, and I'm playing Dyanna. She's a sun elf, bard of eloquence / divination wizard, and yeah, she is. I don't know what to say. You'll find out, I guess.
Yeah.
She's gonna greet the dude.
Who knows what's gonna happen? I barely know what's gonna happen now. That's scary.
Yep.
We have Ben.
Hello there. I'm Ben. I am playing Zeke Bundigles, the half gnome, half dwarf, half monk, half warlock. Currently standing and staring at the endless horde of the abyss of magic suckers. That's it.
Yep.
I have nothing else to
add. We have Doran.
Hello, I am Doran. I play most people's favorite human to hate. Hey. He is a blood hunter. He is a fighter. He's rich. He's noble. He's scared. He's going to die.
Pretty accurate. Cool. We have Seb.
So, hi, I'm Seb. I play Taxes. Once the only human of the group, was once the only rogue of the group, now is the rogues. Wait, it's the way describes mug / rogue of the group. We're getting there.
Yeah.
We're getting it. I'm tired.
It bodes well.
It bodes well. Right now, she's just angry. She's waiting. And that's it.
Cool.
And last but not least, we have Phil.
Hi, I'm a Phil, and I am playing Dunstan Dewey Fairfoot. Dewey is a little part Dew-elf, part halfling, as a ranger, with a little bit of scout rogue for spice, and he is mostly a friend to all of the animals because he is a swarm keeper and usually has a host of burbs around to help him, and is not prepared for what's approaching, I would say.
It's probably fair.
I don't think
Who knows what's approaching? How could you?
Fair
No.
statement.
Well, what is
One of
approaching?
nothing is actually approaching. That would be so funny.
No, we just stood there for literally 2 hours. Like, what's happening? Like, this guy is so slow.
We actually think that it's just really far away, but actually
it's a
only like
fairy.
7 inches tall. And it's just like,
So,
oh, I'm the bad little dude. Like, oh my god, it's gonna kill us, and Dyanna just goes, Oh.
going to cat. I
What's with TikTok? Anyway, right. You are in the Towers of the Winding Paths, or the ruins of the towers, as they are now known. The crumbled ruins, not so devoid of magic as you had once feared, and not so empty as you had hoped, with many of the students and magi converted into these strange hoodadrudge, ghouls that feast on the ambient magic, but are quite happy to tear into flesh if they get the chance. So dependent on the magic as a secondary resource of sustaining it. They are also unable to see magic that is not unable to see things that are less than 30 foot from them, more than 30 foot from them, unless they are magical, in which case they have the ability to see further, which you used to your advantage to sneak into the Tower of Learning, or the Halls of Learning, to go to the Divination Wing and investigate Thalia Ursus's old office, Dyanna's mother's old office. In this space, you encountered a strange orb that some of you looked into, and the desk of Thalia, which had some papers, including the leaflet of Nova Mentor, which seems to have been this radicalizing pamphlet here, speaking against the monarchy of the then country of Cologneonmybutthole. But in a secret drawer within, you found supplies for your own magical study, various other tidbits of magical lore. Dyanna, needing to know more about their mother, and understandably so, rushed back to the chair last minute to experience what the chair could tell her of her mother, going through rapid succession of visions of what her mother had experienced, done, arriving for the first time, learning and penning books, a heated argument with an individual she referred to as Eildweir, and then the notes that Dyanna now has detailing pros and cons of the Nova Mentor, and ultimately that it had been voted against before Dyanna seemed to mysteriously notice something that was not perceptible to Dyanna before standing up and leaving the chair. Incredible amount of knowledge gained at the cost of alerting the nearby hoodadrudge, who began to investigate and found the party, and with a rapid chase out of the towers, athletics checks rolled, some of you keeping well ahead, others of you not able to keep as far ahead and taking some damage. Piri, the automated illusory assistant of the towers, confirmed with your confession that, yep, students had attacked you and did as they said they would, which was alert the only member of staff on premises, which is Telvalrion, a being they referred to as what you would potentially call a lich. Giving the impression not quite a lich, something like that. And we left the party as Dyanna read Nova Mentor, found a lot of things she didn't disagree with, as in the distance the purple and green lights of Piri intermingled with a slow rising dot amongst the miasma where the exploded portion of the Halls of Learning was. I think that's everything. I've been talking for a while. Thank you for...
I think so.
We placed some barricades outside of the
You
tower.
placed some barricades, yes. You placed some barricades. If you want a rough visual of sort of... This is a very quickly drawn up map. This is meant more for a visual guide of sort of the situation of what is surrounding you, as the hoodadrudge sort of clamber over each other, not able to enter the hallowed space of the temple, or just this area outside. It's not like they hit a wall and bounce off so much as they begin to retreat and curl back, as though they have something like screaming in their head, their faces like grimacing in pain. Roughly sort of to distances that you had before. The weight of them sort of pushing some further in, and they have to quickly retreat back because they are so banished, if that makes sense. But they're literally falling over each other at the tide. As you are watching this in front of you, preparing yourself for whatever is to come, there is just a spot on the distance. Everybody make me a perception check.
Is it light?
There is not much sunlight in here. I'm trying to remember. You last rested recently, so it would still be light.
Yeah,
so
it
I'm
was
going
in
to
the
give
morning.
them.
It was proper. Like,
Yeah.
You woke up.
You woke up, did a few things. I think the psychometry was this morning with the other book, the Zealot's Heresy.
Yes. That was a natural 20.
20? Okay.
12.
2. I have a
20.
2.
21.
21.
27.
21 and 27 are going to show you. What's your total row of a natural 20?
22.
22. 21 and 22. You both clearly see in the distance, if you're trying to, like, what the hell is going on, eyes on the dot, you see maybe that this is a humanoid figure, or it is a humanoid-shaped figure. You guys see a twist of the hand. I think that's about what you see. You see a twist of, it would be the, remember here, it would be the right hand. You see a slight twist of it.
Go ahead.
Yes, with nothing immediately seeming to happen. Dewey, when that happens, you see near the border of miasma from your position, you see some of the Hooded Drudge immediately bolt towards where that figure was. Well, at 27, you know that figure has just cast a spell. Not powerful enough to draw the ones right in front of you, but enough that nearby Drudges have run towards where that figure just cast a spell. You don't see any changes in the environment. You don't hear anything. For good, maybe 10 seconds, I think Dewey on that pretty incredible perception, you saw then next, the head slowly cocks to the side, and you see a repeating of that curled hand. And there is a sudden change that all of you notice as all of the Hooded Drudge around you that are lashing, like growling, their necks snapping back with this warbling whistle that turns into a deep growl through just the air being sucked in, suddenly turn, snap their heads towards that direction, and begin to bolt away.
Okay.
Dyanna?
Oh.
You,
Can
in
I
your head,
ask a question
Yes.
first?
of course,
About the flyer, first of all.
I'm going to say we'll do this first, and then yes, there will be time.
Oh dear. Okay. Okay.
As they are turning and going, Dyanna, in your head, you feel almost a swimming portion of your head as though your thoughts... It's not that your thoughts aren't your own, so much as there is something else, as though some thoughts are being impressed upon you. Not like you'll want to do something, not like a charm or anything like that. You would recognize that. Just a sort of... as though something is open but was once closed.
Is it the spell that I have, Detect Thoughts?
You know it's not detect thoughts. You would feel them rummaging around. You would feel that you'd have to resist that. This is not something that needs to or potentially even can be resisted.
Okay.
Doran, I think you had a question, and then Dyanna, absolutely.
Yes. I know it might be nearly impossible, but
Great
Can
question.
can I see if the crickets are doing anything in this time?
I would have counted that as your...
Right, okay.
If you say, as a player, I guess you were focusing on that. Make a quick perception check for me.
Deception?
Perception disadvantage because all of these bodies are in front of you.
Yeah.
It's really hard to see crickets beyond any
It's like
of this.
one tiny insect.
Yeah, you're trying to spot insects beyond this wall of ghouls.
That was a natural one.
Good idea. No, you don't. There's a terrifying wall of ghouls, and suddenly they're moving away. Bree,
I was just
Dyanna.
staring at one directly that was staring at me. For some reason, I was like, looking around.
Staring towards you and suddenly turning
Yeah.
towards Miasma. Yes.
Yeah, so from the flyer, it seems like I can't remember what it said, but I listened back to it just like an hour ago. So
Sure.
it seems like there was some kind of cap on magic, and the whole point of Novamenta was to get rid of that cap and make it so it was a meritocracy like Heed. Do I remember anything from that time to suggest that there was a cap on it?
Make a history check.
Fantastic. That is a whole 10. Unless
You're around the-
advantage. 'Cause
I'm
I
going to
was
say
150
advantage. I'm going to say advantage because you were fully grown.
150,
and your mother
I'm
was
potentially still already a bard.
Yeah. Potentially a bard. You would have some knowledge of these laws, probably.
Wow. 13.
13.
I do not.
You know that there was not like a spellcasters have to register their wands and you have to say who you are kind of thing. It wasn't all that. It was something you'd heard your mother grumbling about. It was really only at the high ends of magic, right? It was limitations on like incredibly powerful magical experimentations, but had to get like loads of red tape and bureaucracy of like, why are you doing this? What is the point of this? Is it safe? You couldn't just go ahead and create a magical monstrosity because I wonder if I can.
Boo.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of
It
bullshit.
was not like, as far as Dyanna's aware, it wasn't like, yeah, people aren't allowed to do magic. You do recall that even in old Colovia, like pre-Colovia, you lived in Fenrion, so the laws were different in your country compared to Colovia before it all became one empire. You remember hearing stories of like, oh yeah, they punished the person there harder because magic was involved, and there were laws that were like, there's murder, which gets you such a sentence, and there's murder with magic, which gets you a much worse sentence, if that makes sense. Certainly,
Okay.
what's the word I'm looking for? Not intrinsic, systemic
Hate and
and legal. Yeah, systemic hatred towards people who used magic in that way, that any sort of way that they could make it worse for magic users, or make it more difficult for magic users to be doing their thing, yeah, they would do it, but they weren't going to outright say, wizards are banned, which is where we are now, if that makes sense.
So that could have been sort of like, I guess another question would be, did that cause some contempt with the government? Or, I mean, it's not in Fenrion, was it? So it was in Colovia.
I think that
Covers it.
you
doesn't it?
can, yeah. There
I
was
can
like,
imagine there was or there was going to be.
yeah, there was always like, the purpose of the towers as a sort of conceptual thing was, this is a safe place for wizards to come and learn and study. And you're not going to have that necessarily in the streets of Vinin, where someone is going to say, they're a wizard, they did this thing, and the law is going to say, I agree with you, wizards can do anything, let's get you to the jail. A lot of time, if you could use magic, a lot of people would believe crazy things about you and wouldn't understand why you wouldn't do it, if that makes sense. So,
Lack of understanding. And I assume we know it's like engraved in our brains the date of the actual the Night of Fractured Heaven.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
But yeah,
yes,
that date.
yeah, that date.
I know he's in my
It
head.
is essentially zero. The year zero. I believe it is the sort of the calendar by which the Colovian Empire is set. Is the year zero was the year that the year of Fractured Heaven happened.
And then Mama left the college minus 2 weeks.
About 2 weeks before the massacre happened.
Okay, so when did the massacre happen? It was like a.
This is going to be a history check. Ideally, I know you as a player know.
Okay. Fuck me. 11.
I'm going to say 11 is enough.
Okay.
Have advantage. Have advantage.
Sure.
This
Okay,
is
that's a 20.
drummed into every Colovian
A 21.
child. 21.
That's good.
Yeah. You know there wasn't much turnaround. You're struggling to remember exactly how many days. The Night of Fractured Heaven happened. Osmond was the only survivor. Very shortly afterwards, within a matter of a few days, less than a week, he was crowned as King of Colovia. He's recognized as Osnan Calvia. And his first act as king was to order Colovian troops and the Temple of Bane, which was worshipping Zegda on the 21, you know that, to go and seek retribution and justice for the murder of the attempted destruction of the royal family, the murder of all of this family. And that happened just by virtue of how long they had to travel overland. Maybe
like
a
week. And a half, week.
Yeah, from the week of Fractured Heaven, somewhere around a week and a half, like 10 days. 10 days from the Fractured Heaven, maybe like a week from his coronation.
Cool. Okay.
There's this 2 weeks in Colovian history where everything happened, and that's why it's year zero. That's why they set everything in the calendar from when that happened. Okay. Not everything, but you know.
Okay, 0 Fractured Heaven and 10?
0 plus 10 days, would be give or take when this massacre took place.
Thalia left
probably day -4.
Okay.
In that timeline. Again, roughly a day give or take on all of these, but the progression of events seems to be Thalia left, Night of Fractured Heaven, about a week later, or about 10 days later. Yeah. Sorry. Thalia left, Night of Fractured Heaven, coronation of King Osmond to become Emperor later, the massacre at the towers.
Hey, Piri.
Piri reappears right in front of you. Again, the same purple skin with sort of these acid green accents all over. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
So when was Thalia last on campus?
And she tells you again the time there.
The date and time, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, exactly.
When was Talvarian last on campus before he came back and stayed?
When did he last leave?
When did he last leave? That's a good question. Yes, that way.
He last left and came back a few times around that period. Is there anything specific you're looking for?
Yeah. Can I give her the rough? Oh, yeah. I want to know if he left. Left to go and do the whole, meteor storm thing. So, I know the date, yeah.
You know the date. Yeah, you're sort of saying, did he leave around that time?
Did he leave on this date? Or
Yes.
before?
Yes.
The day before?
Many mages left around that time.
Yeah. Yeah. Did they all leave at the same day, or did they leave a few days before one another?
They all left roughly around the same time.
Is Thalia the
Impressive.
first one to leave?
Thalia left a few, maybe a matter of days before that time. In your head, Dyanna,
Yeah, there you go. I know he was in my head.
you hear,
So
you look like you have questions.
I do.
Do you say that out loud?
No.
We can tell you a lot. They aren't finished, so we can't tell you everything. What would you like to know?
There's so many fucking questions.
Please don't get us killed.
Where, Mum?
Now I'm gonna shut up.
I have a lot of questions.
I would suspect so. I would expect, in fact, nothing less. You are a fitting image of her. Mine seems the same. The students, much as they are now, they are drawn to me, but they won't come past my asthma. Or at least they won't get far into it. I encourage you to explore, learn whatever you wish. I'll be waiting. Hope you find what you're looking for.
Does he do anything, or like?
This dot on the distance slowly begins to descend.
Do you know where she is?
You don't hear anymore.
Fuck. Okay.
What's
Why am I attracted
happening?
to this man now?
It is so quiet now here.
What's yeah?
Because I use my own voice. Sorry.
That's why. That's what it is.
Exactly what it is. You're right, Sam. Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride.
Yeah, Dewey's like, what's happening? What's happening? He's
That's not me out. That's so funny.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry,
Remember,
Phil.
Mum's gone. Sadness.
Yes. Woo. Okay. Yeah. What's sorry? Yeah. Definitely quiet.
yeah, what's happening?
Oh, he spoke to me in my head.
Oh,
You
see,
what?
what do we? Is he coming to kill us?
No, he seemed pleasant.
Oh, thank God. I sheath my sword.
Seemed pleasant.
Yeah.
Okay. This thing that may or may not be cause we've talked about a character. We've talked about that this guy is probably undead.
Yeah, he's a lich of some
Oh,
kind.
he's definitely under 100.
Closest, most accurate thing to call him would be a lich.
But this is right. I mean, I'm lucky enough to not come across liches every day. What I heard people saying about them is that if you meet one, you're probably gonna die.
I said that, and yes.
Yeah. Well, I guess we didn't meet him yet, but.
But he's responsible for this, right? That wasn't just him casting a spell, right? He just summoned them away from him, up from us, right?
I don't know. I assumed he cast a spell, but.
You can make Arcana checks to sort of decode what happened there.
Perfect too.
Since being a blood hunter, do I get advantage with this? I typically get advantage with undead stuff. I don't know if this would count.
I'm going to say yeah. I'm going to say yeah because you're the nature of the lichdom, if that makes sense. Might
Okay.
give you inklings towards
I
how
just rolled-
powerful.
I just rolled a double 19. 21.
21.
17.
17. Both of you get the impression, especially Dyanna, because they had something on them, that a powerful spell was cast. You know the nature of the Hoodoo Drudge, but they rush towards the casting of spells, more powerful, more potent, the lure. I think Dyanna has the inkling in their head. On the 17, with DC's lower because the spell you realize was cast on you, this link to talk with you. It does not seem limited to like sending. That link is still there. You know they heard your question when you asked it. They're just being quiet.
Also,
That's a powerful spell.
He's on the other end of the phone, just not saying anything.
He's on the other phone. He's just not replying.
Oh, okay.
You've been left on red.
Man, come on, man.
Rude.
That was the notification sound.
Yeah, you just left us. That does me trying to communicate.
Who did that to me? Thank you, friend. I will not mention.
Alright.
But it seems true what they said as well. You saw not just the Hoodoo Drudge from right in front of you. A lot of them came out of the towers chasing you. But you saw a lot of the ones that were in the halls of learning left to pursue the lure that Telvarion seems to have created. You think if you go in there now to explore, you probably, for time at least, won't have to deal with trying to sneak around and avoiding them.
Okay, cool. So yeah, if I point that out to the guys, and I'll be like, well, I think maybe he he said he wanted us to explore a bit more. Gather
Wanted
some more
us to
knowledge.
explore?
Or
Is this-
gather more knowledge.
Did
you know?
he seem truthful?
Yeah.
An insight check.
Rolling.
Damn it.
Yeah, he did.
Well,
I'm not rolling anything. I'm just gonna say
Just
yes.
think-
I suppose that Hearty is a teacher.
Do you, presumably, like from what you guys have been saying, like he knew your mother, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that
They're
has bought us
friends.
some time?
Yeah, he said I look like her. It felt like he'd softened when he said that.
All right. Okay. What do we do then before they start filtering back? Where should we look next?
Is there a gap that we can? Have they gone from?
Yes, let me update the map, sorry,
yeah.
as all of these ones have
Ooh.
Warm is gone.
gone fully Foxtrot Oscar.
All right. Oh.
None of them. They've
Okay.
gone.
That's a very cool effect, watching it do it slowly.
In that case, I think we should go.
Should we go back to the floor we were on previously? Because we didn't explore all the rooms. Your mother's floor.
Yeah.
That might be worth it.
Yeah. Sure.
Yes.
Should we take our magical items now? Or should we still leave them here?
I think we should still probably leave them.
Yeah.
Okay.
If he's called them by casting a spell rather than controlling them because they're all his buddies, then there's every chance that us being around with our magical items might bring them back sooner. I really don't like this place. Okay.
Opposite of Dyanna.
Same.
Yeah.
Is this a trap? We go in there, and then he surrounds the entire building with them, and we don't have one of those force fields.
Dyanna has left already.
So you watch as Dyanna is walking as you ponder.
Dewey's like turning around as he says this and looks back. He's like, ah.
Well,
Perfect amount of exasperated and I'm used to this.
Yeah. Sigh, aw.
well, suppose it's time to leave. I take off my cloak of useful accessories and hand it to my brother. Please put this back inside. I walk away.
That's still weird.
Your brother, your echo, spend an echo charge, I guess, if it takes charges.
It doesn't
Sure,
take
there,
charges. Well, my brother was already there, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. You
Just gonna dig a
head
seat
towards
in
there.
Zeke can probably come now, though.
Zeke
It's
can
not
come now.
It's like a dire need to leave all magic items. It's just probably best idea.
You sure?
Yeah.
Just know that if there is one of them, they can see further than they can see you much easier.
Well,
I'll just run away.
You just got to be faster than the rest of us, right?
he is.
Yes.
It's fine. I am good at being a distraction.
You find as you travel that seems to be accurate what was told to you. You do not see any hooded drudge. I will say, Dorian, you can make another perception check just for your character because of that question earlier as well. And I'm going to put you on the map you were on previously, just as a bit of an aid memoir. There's no baddies in there. There's no hooded drudge. They have, if they weren't taken by you running out, them chasing you, they are definitely gone now from the magic that this Telvalrion has cast.
I rolled a 17 with disadvantage.
17. You do not hear anything. You're listening out and looking for any of these small locust creatures. You do not see any of them either.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, this is in the, as I say, it was really cocky and aid memoir. As
Very
a
pretentious, yeah, it was.
pretentious. That's the word I'm
That's
looking
the
for.
word, yeah.
In my, I am pretentious, but there you are.
You're
Yes,
in a
there's
magical university. If there's ever a time to be
time
pretentious,
to be pretentious. Yes. Here is your aid memoir of what the divination wing looks like. If there's things you want to particularly rummage through, explore, let me know. You did some pretty thorough exploring time, but not everything.
I wanna go and see. I mean, basically, I just want to see what books there are in these rooms, and then also want to see this clock and this thing, fountain of knowledge.
Oh yes, the
Of
pool
past,
here.
present, and future.
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
back into the Thalia's office.
Oh my god! If I see that, I'll go there. Get out of there.
Cool.
Right.
No, that's fine.
Make me an investigation check. This is going to be for the books.
For the books and stuff. Okay.
Fuck.
What was that?
Peary! Sorry, my Peary went off. Oy, oy.
Investigation 24.
24 for the books. I believe you had found a lot of. You see, a lot of these books are about divination theory. You see huge, long lists of like charts for moons, charts for stars, different ways of reading them, how to create portents. How to you learned a lot of this with book one, but you have like a lot of the old theory here as well as the sort of newer adaptations of it. The only spell here that I don't believe you had already, again, written down spell rather than a scroll, is tongues. So you should now have in your possession written down versions of Detect Magic, Tongues, Scrying, True Seeing. Maybe that was one you didn't have. That might be one you didn't have. True Seeing is on there as well. And Echo Memory, as well as scrolls for Modify Memory and Simulacrum. 24, you're confident you found everything regarding like spells you could copy in your spell books here. It's just the sort of magical knowledge.
Can you just
Repeat
see
the
if
spells.
I can?
Yes. You should have ready to put into your spellbook if you don't have them already. Detect magic, tongues, scrying, true seeing, echo memory, which is obviously from the Kickstarter, and scrolls of modify memory and a scroll of simulacrum.
Okay. Yay! And the an echo. Yeah, cool.
Echo memory. That one is, I believe I said a scroll last time. This was a written out spell. I do apologize. It is a 9th level spell. You can see it is incredibly difficult. Not something you could do right now. But yeah, clearly some powerful magic. And you can see your mother's handiwork very clearly. An invented spell. Very cool. You had other things you were investigating. Is anybody else investigating anything else of particular here? Or should I? Yes.
I was going into Thalia's office. I wanted to explore the weird thing that the Hoodadra were jumping on.
Yes.
Oh,
Make me an investigation check for that.
I'm not touching it.
Is that the hourglass gyroscope thing?
Yeah. I was like, what
it's an
is...
hourglass in the middle of like a gyroscopic array. You can sort of move the hourglass in 3 dimensions.
What did you say? Investigation?
Investigation or Arcana.
Same. 14.
14. It's beyond your understanding of what this thing is meant to do. Certainly it could function as a very accurate hourglass. You see the sand in the middle of the glass. The glass is like grimy now, but even like rubbing some of it off. This is incredibly fine sand. The way that you could angle this thing so carefully, you could have that sand fall within 1 or 2 grains if you're going carefully enough with this gyroscope. It is an incredibly accurate measure of time. Why? Obviously, divinatory wizards want to see future, past, time is part of it. What purpose this serves in spells, whether this is a spell component in itself, you have no idea. But it's cool.
It is.
You think it would support your weight, given that it supports the Huda trudges as well, and you could like swing around on it. That's cool. Dyanna, which of the next things would you? The pool? Would you like to investigate next?
Yeah, I'll do. Yeah, the pool.
Cool. Investigation or Arcana, I think both would apply here. Take your favourite of them.
I was going to say, can taxes help with the pool? Cause
Yeah. The two of you sort of stand on the surface of this pool. Make your investigation check, and I will tell you what you find.
Oh
Stand
man.
on the surface of it.
Doesn't matter.
I'll explain.
Natural one.
No, natural 1 on an advantage with help.
Oh, advantage. Okay.
Help from taxes. Help from taxes.
Ah, okay. Natural.
We got onto the object that taxes was interested in as well, so I was like,
Cool. 23.
23. I'll say because this came from a help action, you sort of like see it's a weird pool, and at the corner of your eye, you sort of see halibut beginning to go in your mother's office, and you're like, I need to deal with that. As you're about to, the help action is given. Taxes, you see this, you smell it. It's a familiar smell. As you get close, you're confident. It's almost like a brine, almost like seawater, but way more potent. Taking like carefully as you can, like finger in there, take a thing and spit it out. Heavy salt water. On that roll, and like telling that to Dyanna. Dyanna, you realize that this is perfectly usable as a scrying sensor, as a big pool of water. The outside seems to be made of some kind of rock crystal, but you realize it is a salt rock crystal. The purpose of this, on that roll, you determine not only can it be used as a scrying sensor, you realize that the salinity being that high, it's like the Dead Sea, and like real world equivalent, you could float in here like an immersion tank and fully space out into a vision as a sort of what do they call it? Immersion tanks, where
Immersion tank,
you're just floating on the surface and just fully space out, maybe into more like witch-like visions, even potentially, rather than scrying things, because that's relied on seeing things, but certainly would be an aid to a divinator who is trying to focus entirely on their vision and not the magical vision and not their own body, if that makes sense. That's what you gather this is for. It's not magical in itself so much as a really potent aid to somebody casting that kind of stuff.
As soon as you said sort of like Stranger Things vibes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
11 in a paddling pool.
Yeah.
I want to go in, but I cannot scry. It's fine. It's fine. I can still do that. I can have a dip.
Anything else?
That wasn't undead just sitting there for God knows how long.
The undead was like, it's like only the vestigial head was poking out of the top of its face.
Been like 50 years. You know what other things have been in this?
Very pruned when he came out, you notice. Very pruned.
Oh god.
Anything else?
So dried as well.
Yeah, like a plum.
Yeah, like a plum.
The clock.
Make an investigation or arcana check.
Dire rolls.
Same.
13.
13. Not too difficult to figure out with this one. As you're looking at it, it is clearly looks like a sundial style clock. You can see different bits of moving. As you move it, you see that a shadow cast from nothing appears from the sundial and begins to count around. Essentially, mild illusion enchantment on this thing, so that you can time a certain amount of time. This thing is clearly very old. You gather from what you saw in her earlier, this is being used as an exam hall. This is like an exam timer, but like a ceremonial exam timer. But they turn the sundial to how long they have, and the illusion counts down the shadow until it hits the appropriate time. It does not seem to... no, actually, no, it would do. It makes a sort of brass gong noise as it hits like the apex of where you've turned it from, if that makes sense. And then the pieces realign back to where they were.
Yeah.
This could you saw smaller timekeeping pieces exist now, but this is clearly old and ceremonial. Of the magical exam clock, scary exam clock must be in the room for it to be a proper exam.
How threatening!
Exactly. Magical, but not of a particularly useful nature at the moment.
Is there a mirror or anything that can be used for a scrying spell?
The closest you saw to that is not really a mirror.
No, but then we have.
There is a giant crystal ball. There's a giant orb in your mother's office.
Yeah, but I can't take that with me in my pocket, can I?
You can't take that with you in your pocket.
Could roll it, maybe.
Well, the roll. What?
But you looked in your mother's desk for anything small and transportable of that nature. I don't believe you did. I think.
Okay.
No, it's you have the ball, you have the orb. Whether those things were kept on the mages as being an incredibly valuable item that they would not leave around, and therefore were with them when they were massacred and taken by the Empire as loot. Or the Cologneons.
There's nothing like that in any of these boxes or anything.
No, in your investigation checks, you can't find that here. Make an investigation. This is investigation. It should be like raw intelligence. No, this would be wisdom, I guess. Wisdom.
Oh no.
Don't know what else you could add to this wisdom.
Oh, okay.
Insight, mate. Insight.
Insight.
Still
not good. So 17.
17's good. You think, if I'm looking for these reflective materials, where might they have stored then? If not in a finished room here, the manipulation of materials, maybe you're looking more towards transmutation. They might have something of that nature there, or at least they might have
the storeroom was the transmutation.
Store of like magical items or things to be transmuted.
We put all the things there. This
Manipulation
is for learning and divination, and then that's for storing everything. Got it.
Transmutation would probably protest that.
cover...
We don't just store everything. We store incredibly interesting arcane materials that can be transmuted.
Like the janitor's mop.
Hang on. Is transmutation enlarge reduce?
Enlarge reduce is one of the spells of transmutation.
The things that we're storing.
Yeah, because then essentially, storage, and they probably got a way of just making sure everything like.
Manipulation of material certainly would be a place to go with a material component.
Cool. So the storeroom is there. Good. Oh, I wish there was something right now.
There are no. Who's the fucking what's my Kai, the half-human, half-puka transmuter of the towers would be very angry with you.
I'm sure
but he's not here.
Very angry with Diana's mum, who probably had the same thought.
She definitely did. I would like to go just have a quick look back in at the orb.
Yeah. As far as I'm aware, nothing has changed of what you're seeing in there. It moves with you. It is what it is, and you don't know exactly like why is it showing me this. You just know, as a player, you know why, because you had to sort of think in your own mind what it would see. As a character, Dino is looking at this and saying, well, should be thinking to themselves, is this, why is it showing me this? Is this something to expect? Is this something to...
me? I'm not even sure if it's me. Looks like Mother. A lot.
Looks an awful lot like you, yeah. Weirdly enough, it would do. Yeah, it would look an awful lot like your mother.
Dewey just lingers by the door rather than going in to that room.
Ha! You are gonna just put it off for no reason, Phil.
It like seeing everyone go past it and be like, ooh, like it's just giving him the heebie-jeebies.
Well, I feel like Dyanna and also is Garrick there.
Garrick's there. Garrick has pondered the orb. He's
pondered the orb.
He's not looking at it. He's not looking at it now. He's clearly aware it's there. He's busying himself doing something else.
Is Halibut back looking into it as well? Is it just
Halibut's not looking. Halibut's still fascinated with his timekeeping.
Oh, okay.
But he has glanced over at the orb a couple of times as you've put more attention to it.
If you both like to investigate it, it's another option as well. You have time now.
Yes.
As well.
I mean, yeah, Dan's gonna stay there.
Taxes is ignoring the orb.
Ignoring the orb? Fair enough.
There's people either ignoring it or highly interested in it.
Diana, do you want advantage or no?
I was going to say, Taxes is doing like a wide swing.
It rolled off a 19 really, really slowly onto a 3, so...
Do you want the advantage or should I... Or are we just separate rolling?
What do you... Let's do it together.
What do you feel is more thematically appropriate?
Let's do it together. I feel like we're talking about it, yeah? Okay,
collaborative,
good.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. Take it.
Okay, that was also shit.
No!
Is it Arcana? Yes. Investigation?
Arcana or investigation?
Okay, cool. The 14.
14.
That's what I got for the other thing.
All these Arcana rolls, by the way, I haven't rolled above a 10.
You're trying to determine, like, okay, is this... Are there enchantments on this? It's glowing. There is clearly magic to this. It's not just material itself doing this, if that makes sense. Clearly something magical is going on. It does not seem to be... I would say on a 14, you are confident that this is not illusory magic. This is divination magic of a kind. Yeah. What exactly it's doing, you don't know. The magic is not a nature of trickery and illusion. It is divination. The other thing you'll find on a 14 is that a sort of small brass... No, yeah, brass, I use brass for everything. A small brass plaque, sort sort of near the base, you sort of wipe some grime and cobwebs away. You see it labels this item as the Orb of Imirev. I will write that in the chat as well.
Is that a language, or is that just a name?
Imirev seems to be written as a name.
Does that ring a bell to anybody?
I would say on that check, you don't get anything from the Orb of Imirev.
Maybe the library or something.
Yeah. You've banished Piri from here now. Can we
I banished them for
Like
An hour? An hour?
Was it an hour? I think it was 8 hours.
Oh, it might be 8 hours.
I think it was 8 hours.
Yeah, I think it was.
It was a while to make sure we if we spent a lot of time here killing things, it would cover the entire thing.
Okay.
I think it was 8 hours.
Okay, well in that case, if
You know it's this wing.
nope, that was
Nope.
not a great look.
Well,
Nope.
not only did we banish Piri, we banished Sam.
What? I'm here.
I'm still here.
Oh
yeah.
God!
What?
Oh,
What the
crap.
fuck?
I thought it was the return of disappearing Dyanna.
Yeah.
No. I mean,
It was halfway. He was partially gone, partially not.
AI art has no soul, but it has its purpose. ChatGPT just solved my problem immediately that I've been having for years. And you know what?
It did,
I
didn't
feel
it?
bad about it. Yeah.
Oh, amazing!
Yeah.
What did
I just put it into
say?
ChatGPT. There's a specific video setting where I had to go in and turn off, and that was it. That was it.
This is how
Why-
AI can help people and is good. AI is not bad. AI is good if you use it properly.
Yeah,
There you go.
should be used
Agreed.
as a tool.
AI is actually used in everything that we use, but
Yeah,
hey,
it's.
people get freaked out with that. So
I just,
I
yeah, it's
agree.
just, I don't know.
anyway,
Anyway.
what were we saying? Oh,
We were saying that this is the Orb of Imirev. Piri is banished from here, we believe, from 8 hours, but from this wing of the Halls of Learning, going to another wing, such as the Conjuration or Transmutation,
got it.
probably be fine.
Yes, I banned them from all floors of the divination wing.
Yes.
Divination, chunk.
Okay.
I thought we might run into trouble, so.
That's fair. Do you what do you see when you look into this thing?
So you've confirmed it's not an illusion, which was my worry.
Yeah.
It's
No, it's definitely divination, past, present, or future.
it's definitely the future.
Oh,
Well,
I'm-
at least for me, anyway.
okay. I think it's the future for me too. I thought it was my mum, but I think it's actually me.
What? Dewey is ever so slightly further back, and he's like, then why are you looking in it?
What do you see?
I'm not going to do that.
Why not?
Honestly, quite wise, I feel.
Because if it's my future, then, what if I see that I'm dead? Do I?
You can't see that
I
you're
able to
dead,
change
I
it?
imagine.
No, what I'm seeing is very unlikely to happen.
Do
Very
you have your eye
unlikely.
back?
I do.
I don't say that. Okay. That's what I. Okay.
You thought that, and I look at you and go, I do.
What? Okay.
I get that look all the time.
Yeah. Really?
All the time.
Is it like a
I
fake
assume
one or
with.
something? I don't know.
It could be. I don't have the scar.
Oh. I just look like my mother a lot. Like a little bit older.
You said
Well,
you said that Talvarian said that you look like your mother.
Yeah, I do.
well, do you have a scar on your person currently?
Yeah, and she looks down like her chest.
Do you open it up or no?
I mean, a little bit, but if you want the whole
But-
show, gots to pay for it.
Ooh.
But does it reveal the scar? Is what I'm asking.
Oh, would it do that?
I feel like probably it would, that you would have the scar.
Yeah, I would have it. Yeah. But I guess it would.
Then it would be you.
So it's echoing everything that I do, right? So if I do.
Yeah, movements of the arms. The image looks to be as close to a reflection, except it's not
Except
a
I'm.
accurate reflection of you currently.
Can it be in like different clothes?
It looks like it's a different clothes. Yeah, it's not wearing what you're wearing.
That's why I thought it was my mom because I'm wearing the university stuff. It looks
Or
good
maybe
on
it's a
me.
future. Maybe it's a future where you potentially rebuild this place and become the
Maybe.
headmistress.
I look pretty powerful.
I mean, that's easy to say. You're powerful now.
Yeah,
you
but
don't
like
need to-
really powerful. Dewey, what do you see? It's not.
I see people who have got stuff to do getting distracted by tricks and possibilities.
Tricks? You think this is tricks? This is some highly advanced divination magic.
Yes, tricks are for kids.
On that note about Dewey scorning people, Taxes looks back in the orb.
Taxes, you see
Yeah.
exactly what you saw before, I believe. No changes in the last few minutes.
She's just
Maybe an
not
hour since
angry
you last.
anymore. Now she understands what it
Now
is.
you understand a bit more based on what the other two are talking about. It looks... Yeah, you see it. Not,
What do you see?
not them. Not them.
What do
I
you
said it's
see?
not...
Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was my father.
Oh.
I just go look back at the orb. I'm not going to say anything else.
Okay.
Three of you continue
I-
to ponder the orb together.
I would
Ponder
awkwardly
the
look
orb.
over at Garrick, who is probably still busying himself.
Still busying themselves. They like...
I'll point at
look
it.
like...
What do you-
Yeah, it's...
What do you see?
I see. I mean, it's me, but it's not me. Is it? It's. I don't know. It's a different version of. You say it's not an illusion, but it's clearly not me, not who I am.
Why?
Is it? Because they're they're different.
Well, how? We can't see it.
Armor and they're not. I don't know. It's older for one. He's
Looks older.
older and
Must be quite a while away then. Usually, age doesn't show on elves, correct?
Man looks older too.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I mean-
I don't think mine can get any older.
he looks happy.
That's good.
But yeah, I don't. It's not me, is it? I don't know. I find anything in Ma's papers about her.
You're
This
changing
orb.
the subject.
Yeah, I am because. What do you want me to say about it? I don't
I
know.
don't know. Told you mine.
Yeah, it looks like me, older, in an apron, covered in flour. Yeah, I don't know either.
Are you a baker?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
Like,
Baking is a
know.
fine profession.
I haven't baked anything in a very long time. And,
Oh.
it's not.
Did he used to be a baker when we were together, like
I was not.
100 years
No.
ago?
I never baked as a. No, like baking, sure, but never been always been something else going on.
Only because it has to be.
Perhaps this is just a future where there's nothing left to do.
But yours is, you've got no scars, you got your eye, and...
Yes. Which means I've accomplished a goal of mine.
Grow your eye back?
I said I would only get my eye back once I've accomplished the goal.
You know how to grow an eye back?
Quite rich. It opens many doors.
Fuck me. He starts walking off.
You can have an eye made of diamonds.
Could, but the church offers high-level powers of magic that allow you to potentially grow rims back.
Oh. I was like, well, maybe this person in there. When I'm older, I can do that because I look like I'm powerful.
Maybe.
Was
Maybe in this potential future you did it for me.
Are you going to ask where's Zeke?
no, I was going to say, was I around and aware of the desk of holding thing, like the little pocket thing?
Depends how much Dyanna telegraphed it, really. They just put their hand under the drawer and just started pulling stuff out, so it wasn't clear that there was a
Oh, it might have been.
interplanar space.
Anyway, I'm gonna. Dewey walks across the room and makes a makes a purposeful
Blinkers up,
not looking at the thing that he probably thinks is kind of a spell, because his friends have just been like, yeah, come and look at it. Look at the thing. Look at the orb. Ooh, the claw.
Claw.
So he's just gonna go across to the desk and start having a look, like investigating it.
Yeah. Make an investigation check.
Yeah, only it's what I roll, isn't it? It's 12.
Well, I believe Dyanna closed the secret hidden compartment. So you pull out the drawer.
Probably, yeah, because I sat at the desk. So.
It's whether you. I don't think you opened it again when you sat at the desk. It's whether you left it open or closed as you left the first time, if that makes sense.
So what I did, I would have opened the desk, and then I closed it, and I sat at it, and then I did the psychometry.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so the hidden compartment is open then.
I wouldn't have locked it or anything, so.
Yeah. It's previously locked, but has been picked. You open it, look around. A lot of dust in here. You can see where there were pieces of paper that have been taken by Dyanna. You saw them take it. But you see this compartment, and you reach in, your hand feels immediately cold. I believe you've reached into the bag holding it at some point before, so that's the sort of familiarity for feeling. But it doesn't seem to be anything on an investigation check of 12. There doesn't seem to be anything else of importance left on the table or in the drawer, if that makes sense.
Sorry, I was distracted because I wasn't sure if the stream was freezing up then, or whether that was just my PC.
Oh,
It seems
cool.
fine.
Nothing in the drawer. You do notice the open compartment with a sort of space of holding in there, the sort of extra dimensional space. As you realise where Dyanna was pulling those things from.
Oh.
But there's nothing here in front. On an investigation check of 12, there's no there's another piece of paper that Dyanna missed.
But
They
I know
roll really
about the bag of holding, don't I? Okay, so I'll put my hand in.
Okay.
I'll be like, just think, don't you? Keys.
Did Dyanna ask that last time?
No,
Probably
not specifically
not, yeah.
anyway.
Maybe not.
Not specifically.
No.
You feel your hand wrap around something metallic as you
There's a
pull.
fucking key in
So
there. Fuck.
it's a small keyring. And there's 3 keys on it.
Oh, so
Spare,
stupid.
spare keys to the house.
Guys, I got something. And I will
What?
literally jingle, 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 jingle. Guys, I got something. The keys.
Oh,
Shit. Fucking keys.
I have no idea
obviously.
what they're for,
Ah.
but
There.
Also, good, you looked away from it, so it isn't actually a spell that's entranced you. Good.
It's not a spell. It's just a thing
Oh,
that you
no.
look in.
I trust it.
You should have a. You should look. You should have a look.
I'm sure I should, but yeah, we can do
Halbert
it when...
openly walks away from it and doesn't look at it. And comes towards you.
Good. Like...
Where is
when-
Zeke, by the way?
when we're safe.
Yeah,
Are you
it
asking
is.
me, or are you
Yeah.
asking the DM?
I'm asking you now.
Okay. Zeke is in the other rooms looking for spell components.
Oh.
Make an investigation check.
Trying to be helpful.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what anything's going on in this place. They've all just wandered off into a room and started shouting at each other, so...
That's
Good.
standard
Not
for us, right?
shouting, discussing.
Yeah.
No. No, yeah.
It's
Heads
so
going into
sad.
other rooms.
That was so
Yes.
sad.
Oh.
Investigation, yes.
Or Arcana.
It's 18. Oh, if it's an
18.
Arcana, that's also an 18.
18. There's a combination of those two things of like, okay, checking this bookshelf, like check behind there, what's this jar full of? It's just sand. I think there's a spell that can use sand. It's like spell components is a long list of things, like all the way from like a copper coin to like a tuning fork made of brass. The tuning fork. There is a lot of different things that can be a spell component. On 18 Arcana / Investigation, you find a few things that you're like, yeah, this definitely has to be something. Like there's a branch of gnarled wood that has that Liechtenstein pattern, where it's clearly been struck by lightning along the length of the wood. That's like, this is definitely, it's not a wand, but it's definitely some kind of spell component. That jar of sand that I mentioned looks like a spell component. Beyond that, there's nothing innately magical, if that makes sense.
Okay. Then I'm rummaging through the desks. The students' desks.
I'm taking that as the role. The students' desks,
Like any papers, anything.
Yeah.
Like anything
No,
they would
there's
study
like
and, like
spare papers, dried out ink bottles, functional quills, gum.
take a couple of those.
Actually, add gum Arabic if you want to there.
I was going to say, is it
flavour.
I was going to say, is it chewed or unchewed?
There's clearly some chewed on the bottom of some of these desks, but there are. How would they wrap it? We don't have tinfoil. I don't know. There's like a menthol gum Arabic in a, poppable like tin, almost like a tobacco tin. But you just sort of like, it's gum Arabic and it's menthol flavour. When the flavour runs out, you chuck it. You can put mint gum in your inventory if you'd like to.
Cool.
But technically gum Arabic, which I think is used in some spell components. There's a long list of things that technically can be used.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just looking around.
Cool.
If I get shouted on to turn up, then I will. If not, then avoiding the whatever they're screaming about over a spell orb.
Yeah, there's some orb that's fascinating over there. As this sort of happens, as you sort of conclude that there's doesn't seem to be anything else to be gained in this hall here. Maybe more mysteries in terms of the orb and the hourglass, but no more things to acquire and take with you in this moment. Where a party headed next, if it are headed anywhere?
The one with the teleportation circle.
Conjuration.
Dyanna, do you know what that is? And I point to the hourglass.
It's an hourglass.
It seems too elaborate just to be a timekeeping piece, correct? It could be just a timekeeping piece. I don't know.
It might be. It doesn't do anything when you move it.
Gyroscopically, you can move this hourglass in 3 dimensions around itself. You can see the sand shifting like the slightest touch.
Does it have what does it have on the on the outside? Is it something to do with like the alignment of the moons?
Make investigation or arcana check.
Can I give advantage, saying all the previous knowledge I've learned?
Yeah. Yeah.
25.
25. You're spot on for one of these bands. You see the different phases of the moon among one of them. On another band, you see so many finite markings that you are convinced it must be the days of the year. On another band, you see that there is very clearly one has helioic sort of markings, so sort of sun patterns, and on the other one it has sort of night and stars, so it sort of seems to be day and night. Do you think you could fairly accurately put this to a time of, you could manipulate the hourglass to a time of day of the year, the moon at that time?
I'm gonna do that. Can I do that now for today?
It's going to take you sort of know how you. It would still take an arcana check to do. But actually, no, I'm not going to say that. It's going to take on a 25. What are you setting it to?
Today's date.
You move it to today's date. You watch as the hourglass is on such an angle that most of the sand is still within one portion of it. Pretty accurate for most of the day yet to be ahead of you, if that makes sense. Whereas only a little bit of the time has gone into the other side of the hour.
Okay. Can I change it to the date, day 0?
You move it to. This is gonna. Would have been the same thing for that. You are looking at this. The 25, the moons you don't know. You only know the moon because you saw it last night here. So it's not completely accurate. You know it can't be. You're also translating the imperial calendar into the calendar that you knew for 150 years before. I'll be like, okay, night of fractured heaven. You're moving things around. And yeah, sort of like moving it. Okay, it was the night, and so you put it to the night, and you're like, the moon band is can definitely vary this quite a bit, but it's not quite. It's not quite accurate, and there are a couple adjustments that could be made to set it to the moment. Nothing happens as you move it to that. But it's not perfect either.
About the day that I was born. Can we move that?
You move it to the date of your birth. Make me a history check to try and remember if you've ever worked out the phases of the moon on your birthday.
Very bad thing to do.
Or if your mother ever mentioned, oh, you were born under a waxing moon or a waning moon or a...
Yeah. 14.
14.
Very bad thing.
She said something. You think it wasn't a full-on new. It was one of those waxing, waning. You sort of flip between the two, back and forth.
Oh.
If you can remember this, yeah, it's not quite right.
Move it slowly in the January.
Like a vault cracker, safe crackers.
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't it just maths working it out?
Yeah, because if you're so the way it works is that there's an eclipse every single year at the same date. So you're gonna have to think that maybe the moons are roughly in the same alignment all year, as in every year is the same.
Are we just trying to work out a day in the past?
Yeah.
I've got one.
Should I? Moons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pretty sure I got one. Should I attempt?
Yeah, if you want.
Sam, I'm going to attempt to do the day that my children were born.
Okay. I'm going to ask for a investigation or arcana check from you. You assisted on this. So I'll say between you and Dyanna, you're able to point out how to set these things. It's not easy to set these things. It's a difficult thing that you figured out how to do. You move it to when your children were born. You know the exact date. You know the exact time of day. You don't know the phases of the moon. There seems to be another thing. It's as though somebody would have had to have recording the phases of the moon or have been there to really know how to get that quite right. But you were there. Make a history check to see if you can remember the moon of the night that your children were born.
Could I do
what
it?
What the fuck are we doing? I love D&D, but come on.
Could I do it at advantage because I love my kids very much?
Wow.
How old are your kids?
I mean, I love myself. Can I?
They're 12.
12 years. I'm going to lower the DC rather than give you advantage. How's that?
That is 6 die. Was it? You say Arcana or?
This is history because you're trying to remember the phases of the moon.
16 plus 6.
Yeah.
Am I a bad person for really wanting that to be a 1 and then suddenly you've forgotten your child?
What was their name? I've abandoned my boy. You remember exactly what that moon looked like when you begin twisting this thing until it matches exactly to your mind's eye. Nothing happens. But you watch as it was late in the night, just before midnight, and you see there's only a couple of tumbling bits of sand are filling the bottom of the hourglass up from a very empty top.
No, yes, I'm certain that's correct, yes.
What happens if it empties?
It fully empties. No, right?
The end of time.
Yeah,
that's what.
So is this
Can I just ask my mum?
timer for a countdown to an event?
I can't know my book. I'll ask Book Mum later.
Yeah. Someone else you can ask if you like. You are making anything else before you make your way to the Halls of Conjuration, and I should say we take a quick break. I think.
Oh, okay. The line is still open?
You feel like the feeling in your head never went away.
Okay, I'll try that. What?
I was going to say, like, any idea what these keys would be for?
Are they labelled?
Before I answer that, I'm gonna think in my head. What's the hourglass in my mother's office?
There's a moment before you hear in your head. I do not believe she ever fully explained the hourglass esoteric. She would often go to it in times of trying to remember something herself. But often when we had questions about the distant past or the future, I believe it is obviously based around time and her divination towards that. Perhaps an aid in casting spells focusing on these times? You'd have to ask her yourself. Shame. He says a shame when he says you'd have to ask her yourself. A shame.
Alright. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's charming, isn't he? Alright. Keys.
Keys. Nothing in here seems to match the key. Oh well, one of the keys seems to match the door that you busted, the desk drawer that you busted into. Why you would keep the key inside the drawer that it was meant to get into? Maybe this was another copy of the key, but she kept the spare in there.
Does one of them look like the house key?
One of them looks like it could potentially have been the key for your home in what is now Harling's Rest. The last one is a not iron, but sort of definitely kind of ferric sort of alloy, or irony kind of alloy, steel of a kind, if that makes sense. Without too much investigation, the door to the office busted in as it has long been. You see similar sort of bands of this alloy along there. May well have been the key to her office before the door was destroyed. Or the key to someone else's office if indeed they are all made of the same materials.
Saucy.
Wow.
Okay, I'll pocket them anyway, just in case.
Okay. As you travel around the partially destroyed wheel, going past transmutation to conjuration, we will pick up in a few minutes, I think is fair to say. Yeah.
Right.
What do we find next?
Magic school. Abandoned magic school. Now empty abandoned magic school.
Yay.
For now,
Yay!
Mysteries and magic and who
Getting
fucking
some-
knows?
get some Scooby-Doo vibes.
Wonder.
Who doesn't want Scooby-Doo vibes?
Who doesn't know
Turns out
Scooby-Doo?
Pelvarian was Mr. Jenkins all along.
Mr. Jenkins' terrible face.
I would have got away with it too if it wasn't for you living.
Alright, cool. Let's go for like a very quick break and then come back. In
Cool.
a minute. Okay. Bye, everybody.
I
Bye.
Come, we will rise like the sun and we'll never run, and we will fight, fight till we won. We will bite, we will smite all through the night. We'll never sleep, never rest.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Rapid Riders here on Fumble, folks. We are still in our abandoned university. Oh, Towers of Winding Path. We have just left the halls of divination and are now in conjuration of this magical school for wizards. The Udadrush, these undead students, still appear to be preoccupied with Telvalion. They have not given you any indication that they are coming back yet. Whatever they are doing is continuing to distract them. Seems to be the case at the moment, at least. You have free reign to explore this area. In that case, I have deleted all of the Udadrush that were here.
Okay.
Good
In case
point.
you came here before that.
Dagwin,
Hmm.
may you stay close to the entrance just in case you can give us a heads up if these things are coming back.
Yeah,
Would that be
makes
alright?
sense. Yep. Right here.
I think my new friend would tell me as well.
Yes, it's just a contingency.
Yeah. Alright, let's
You,
search.
as it, yeah. Make investigation checks, everybody, as I will describe what we are seeing on the map here for people who might have this on in the background. There are two smaller rooms again, both seem to be sort of built up as learning halls. One of them has a very similar clock device to one you found in the other room that was an exam hall, if that makes sense, or one that's being used as an examination hall. And at the end, rather than an office that is sort of closed off, there is a large chamber with a desk at the far end, and in the middle of this chamber is a circle. Everybody, what are we rolling on those investigation?
13.
3!
13, 3,
9.
9,
natural one.
Wow.
Okay.
1,
31.
31.
Holy motherfuck!
Ice
As a group.
taxes!
As a group.
All of you see the reason that you came here, or one of the reasons you came here, the circle, or this teleportation circle thing, and you go to it and you're like, okay, how does this work? How do we do it?
gonna
You
start
sort of start
writing
looking
it
around the
down.
office there, and you sort of start making a note of the like specific runes. You're realizing these match with what the runes that Garrick had picked up with a weird memory erasing, but he thought he got these outside. But yes, you have these runes. They are accurate. You'll check them. You have the teleportation runes. You could teleport back here with a powerful enough spell. In terms of spells...
Find that spell.
Taxes comes around the corner. Taxes, you methodically do a supermarket sweep of this place. Lots of books on these spells. You don't find any specific scrolls, or scrolls that you do find are just like non-magic spell-containing scrolls. You've seen them now, you know what they look like, and these are just, here's a scroll that teaches you how to do a spell but does not contain the spell, if that makes sense. You approach like a bundled arm of these things, and on 31 you can see there is a similar lock on the desk of the sort of at the top there, on the front surface of it. Seems like a nice would have been a meticulously kept desk. There's a couple of books strewn there now that look very clearly out of place, but amongst a well-ordered thing. Actually, no, this is just the way that Incarnate kind of had it when I was doing everything quickly. It is a meticulous desk. There is nothing out of place here, even with all the hooded drudge.
I can appreciate that.
Is a locked drawer. On a 31, you know that you can probably, or you or Garrett can pick this quite easily. Well, not easily, but it's doable. But as you return to the party, you have bundled in your arms the spells to learn of Grease, Misty Step, which you may already have, Summon Elemental, Dimension Door, and Steel Wind Strike.
Ooh.
I'll show anyone the spells.
You're not showing anyone?
No, I'm showing everyone.
Oh.
I don't cast spells. Used to be.
Grease, Misty Step.
Grease, Misty Step, Summon Elemental. And the sort of updated Tasha's version, that's like you summon an elemental thing to help you. Dimension Door and Steel Wind Strike.
No.
I believe it's Conjuration, unless I'm very wrong.
Teleportation circle.
The teleportation circle does not appear here. And certainly, Steel Wind Strike is as powerful a spell as that. So it doesn't seem to be just like powerful spells. But there's still the desk there.
Still the desk. We Garrett, can you open?
Yeah. Garrett is, he was an arcane trickster, so he sort of knows enough magic to help you with these. But as you sort of point, go and sort of do that. He is going to, he's going to basically beg for a help action from somebody who knows how to pick locks. So, Taxes, what did you say this looked like?
I think like 3 of us do.
Yeah, that's true. But you're sort of looking at these spells at the moment, if that makes sense. And Taxes is with that high investigation check.
Dewey does, right?
Oh yeah, that's true. I forget he's got scout levels as well.
Like most of them are rogues.
Most of you are rogues.
Criminal background.
That is true.
I think
some of you started this campaign as rogues, and that's going to count for something to who we are.
I feel like our power will help with the pick locking and be like, I think you should use that one. It looks fun. As picking the tools.
Absolutely.
Very drawn out. Right. That is going to be enough.
It's squiggly. I like the shape.
As with a click, the draw comes free. Taxes and Garrett both immediately see a spell book in here.
Shit.
That has many conjuration spells in there. One of the ones that you've got in there, as well as a smattering of other spells in there. You see Fly is in here.
Mm.
You see Detect Magic, which you already had. Shield spell is in here. I believe you already had that amongst your party as well. It takes more investigation, but as you're going to the important pages, you see here written in the arcane script, is Teleportation Circle
Boosh!
and Arcane Gate.
Holy fuck!
Diggity dog!
Wow.
A 6th level conjuration spell, which is a kind of, it's almost like portals from the game Portal, where you summon 2 portals. And
That is gonna be super fucking fun.
Oh yeah, I thought it was literally gate.
No.
Not Gate. No, not
That's
Gate.
insane.
No, that spell.
I thought
Arcane Gate, yeah.
That fucker comes back to attack the boat again and tries the whole, here's a Leviathan, we can just go shoomp,
Here's our own Leviathan.
and send it right back on top of him.
Oh, yes, definitely. Yes, not
Yeah.
Leviathans at the same time. Definitely did not think that.
It's a 10-foot diameter portal, but
it's water. It fit.
yeah, it could certainly fit in there. They may not have another Leviathan, but you're ready if it has. Or you will be after you spend however long it takes you to record this in your...
It might take a while.
I think
All
6
these
hours.
fucking spells.
Yeah.
But you have the spell that you came here for. You have the teleportation runes for Arcovicula, the prison where the mages are being kept, and you know how to learn the spell, and you have the resources to put it into your spell book. Comes down to the doing of the thing now. But you also have a whole magical school.
I'm not fucking
to-
leaving.
Let's see here. You don't see a lot of like extra. Like your mum had the orb and this hourglass and this pool. Not a lot of extra stuff like that in here. It's weird.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Some hidden stuff in here, though.
Could be.
It's conjuration. They conjure some stuff, right?
Yeah.
These things are conjured. They're just here, but just not here.
Sam,
Yes.
I am particularly looking out for paintings of previous heads of schools. So I'm looking for a portrait of Felder Tyree.
You would see.
If it's
It's not very clear on the map. You're going to have to super zoom in. You would see that there is, rather than a painting, there is a sort of statue figure of a woman, humanoid-looking woman. It just shows you the statue on there, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
And it's kind of skull on there, because it's the closest I could get. But you'll see this statue of a human-looking woman with what look like curling horns coming from her head, and a tail sort of coiled around the legs as well, and it's almost signs of it'd probably be what you see there. There's no nameplate plate or anything like that, but there's some familial resemblance of like chin and things like that.
Horns. Stuff.
Not horns, obviously. For some, depicted clearly here in a position of power and wielding the arcane, the horns and the tail and things like that. Does not look like a tiefling so much as a stylistic choice. If that makes sense. You're welcome to investigate further if you like.
Yes, would love
Yes.
to.
I would also like to get taxes or everybody really to help find something that's hidden.
Search for
That's
hidden stuff.
Something.
Okay.
With
Can I
that
do that with
three,
my
poor-
natural one?
Yeah, I was gonna say with the 3, poor Dewey is just like looking in all the wrong places. He's not really sure what he's doing.
I think you two are distracted because part of this permanent teleportation circle, you see what would be candles, like it's sort of like lit candles in the thing, You see glowing diamonds, will look like crystal-like diamonds, that are shaped in such a way that they would be like a candlestick, and the whole things are glowing from top to bottom, if that makes sense. Diamonds that are clearly unnaturally shaped, if that makes sense, and they are glowing and they look cool as fuck, and you're sure you're not meant to touch them, because if you touch them, who knows what happens to this circle that is meant to be here.
Can I try and find some hidden stuff?
Yes, make an investigation check, and how that make your investigation check as well. You touch it, it's sharp. Take it 1 point of
I don't
piercing
actually
damage.
touch it. I'm just like
you
moving
don't.
towards them. It's like, don't touch it.
Don't touch
Okay,
it.
okay.
I got a natural 20, so it's 32.
Holy mother of God!
Taxes
I
is
thought-
back.
I thought my roll was good.
I got a 17. So.
Taxes is back, baby.
I got a 21.
Oh.
Seb, you're
That's
feeling
my
for taxes. Seb appears and just explains everything. Taxes, you're feeling for like a similar, like, okay, this is the conjuration guy. There's got to be like a slot under here, similar to Diana's, Diana's mum's table. You cannot feel it, and you're definitively sure that's not in there. And you're like, that's weird, right? Because an extra-dimensional space to store things. Why would Thalia have this and not someone else? You're looking around these things. You watch Halbert looking at the statue. Statue's not it. You sort of look. There's no like changes in the stone or anything like that. There's this rug that's sort of just quite neatly placed. Everything was neatly placed when you're in here. It seems to have been kept neatly placed. You see like the tracks leading around of the Huda Drudge in this place. Some of them, most of them approach and just walk right over this, but none of them seem to have like kicked it up or disturbed it too much. It's still relatively in place. When you lift the rug away, there is a very small circle carved into the stone underneath, but it clearly has some kind of magical properties.
The old under the rug check. I'll point it out.
Exactly.
Really ties the room together.
What's it look like?
It's a hole, isn't it?
It's not a hole so much as it is. The best description would be that it is a 5-foot diameter ring where that rug is covering, if that makes sense. Within that, maybe a couple of inches is another perfect circle, and then another like concentric rings go into a small point, if that makes sense. As you are considering that, Halibut, what did you get on your
21?
21. You know what those accessories to this might be alluding to. It seems strange that they would add that, or that people would think to add that, or would leave that here. But you are certain that this is your ancestor. This is Felder. Clearly was accomplished enough to have a permanent statue here.
Oh,
You've gone again,
Sam is in the between place.
No, Sam. Not again.
I'm still here on my screen. I'm still him. Am I? I'm still here on mine.
Yeah,
Oh,
there
hang
you're
on.
back. You're back.
You guys, I never left on my screen.
You just froze. That's all.
You just
Oh. Weird.
accomplished
Okay.
enough is the last thing we heard.
So accomplished enough that their statue still stays here, even though they are not the Conjurer anymore. They have long passed. The fact that they must have made such strides that they're like literally bearing over the desk of whoever sits there next, if that makes sense. You get the impression, and I think that combined with the diamond-like candles, they probably like installed this circle here in the first place, and they were, if not the first, certainly the most accomplished conjurer here, or took the biggest strides here, if that makes sense.
Halbert just kind of like runs along the statue. admires it. Lucky bitch. He says.
I think
Really?
I think there's an extra feature on that roll that you would see that sort of worked into the stone behind the statue of Felder.
He would say lucky.
Yeah, I won't go into detail of what they are, but Halibut would recognise the sort of. I'll message you. There's an extra feature that is sort of blended into the stone behind Felder that you would notice.
Yeah. No, he wouldn't say lucky bitch. He would just say lucky.
Cool. Okay. This circle on the ground there. What are you doing? Are you into it, touching it?
Can I don't know. It's like, can I do like an arcana or something and see if I can work it out? Maybe I've read something.
Yeah, make arcana check.
I was thinking of like doing mage hand to touch it.
Do that as well.
But then otherwise dispel magic. I could use magic now.
21.
21 looks like conjuration magic, makes sense. Transport from one place to another. Doesn't look like it's meant to bring something here. It doesn't look like a trap. Looks more like a hidden way to transport oneself or things. Mage Hand doesn't do anything particularly there. Do you cast a spell magic on it?
Yes. No, I don't. I think this is probably going to blow up or something.
The
Do you
circles
know
are like,
what spell it is? If
Doesn't
anything?
look like any spell that you know of was written down.
I just know that it looks like a transport stuff.
Should we just touch it?
Why not?
Want to touch it?
I just touch it.
Yeah.
You put your hand on the circle. Your hand begins to feel tingly, like pins and needles.
That feels like a teleportation thingy, but Bob. Yeah.
But just putting your hand on there and touching it doesn't seem to do anything. If it makes sense.
Felt like it was gonna do something.
It still feels like pins and needles with your hand in there.
Should I just spell magic or not?
I don't think we should.
No.
But it's got the same like tiered effect as the library, doesn't it? It's like
Yeah, it's quite similar in that.
Yeah.
Quite similar in that design.
What if it's like just transporting books? Hey.
Nah, it's got something in it. Okay, well, push it down then. The middle.
It is carved into the stone. You push on the middle bit, doesn't move, but reaching your whole arm, again, 5 foot diameter, so pushing your whole arm begins to feel like pins and needles. You begin to feel like a draw towards it. You have to sort of, it's not hard to resist, but you feel like almost like gravity sort of shifting and pulling you towards the middle of it, if that makes sense.
Oh no.
It's not hard to pull your body back, but there is a noticeable tug to it.
There has to be a reason to see it. You wouldn't just put a rug over it.
Should
Maybe if we've...
What?
I was going to say, there might be somewhere else in the school that has similar markings. We would know where they come out of.
We
But
can find
yeah,
out.
Yeah, we can find
Just-
out.
Can we just walk on it? Sure.
We're going to walk on it.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Your whole body has a pins and needles feeling as you watch, or do you watch as Dyanna disappears.
My taxes.
Dyanna, you're in a dark space. You're not sure where you are. You feel the solid stone beneath your feet, but beyond that, it feels, for air has a really stagnant quality to it, if that makes sense.
Does it feel like the inside of the bag?
No.
Are we gonna suffocate in about a minute? Okay.
But the air doesn't feel like it's super oxygen rich, if that makes sense either.
Stagnated?
Yeah.
Can you see with dark vision?
Oh yeah, dark vision.
Only 30 foot, but yeah.
It's the only one among us that has it. Or one of
You
the only.
see around you, you are in a small, like 15-foot by 15-foot room. You have arrived in the middle of it. To your immediately in front of you on the floor is a very similar-looking circle with these concentric rings. To your left and right are small tables. On the left, you see a couple of roll-up scrolls. On your right, you see a long staff.
Ooh. If Taxes has joined me, I'll cast light on something.
Yeah, Taxes would fall behind. I got a
Cool.
freaking go to a teleportation
There's
circle.
not a lot of room in here. It's pitch black for you, Taxes, initially. You have to literally just take a step forward. No, it's a step backwards, so that Taxes can appear and not sort of bump right into you, if that makes sense. The light goes up. You see table, scrolls on the left, table on the right has this staff.
I'll have a look at the staff.
Very well made.
Can I pick it up?
You pick it up off the table. It feels heavy. Not like it's, you're going to struggle to lift it or work it around, but has heft to it. You can certainly use it as a quarterstaff. It does look
Bludgeoning
magical.
weapon.
Bob. See you later. Okay. Cool.
Did you describe what it looks like, or did I miss that? Was I blanking out?
Is it made of wood? Do you say that?
Did I say like a wood?
No, I don't know. I just assumed it made of wood. Oh no, yeah. What does it look
It's
like?
heavy. It looks like, sure, it's like a really dark mahogany, like a very heavy wood there, if that makes sense. But you feel like there's something else to it, like it might have a core made of a different kind of material, because wood alone wouldn't feel this heavy. The very top of the staff, Sam has to decide if he's actually going to give you. I'm just going to give you this.
Oh, a magical item?
Like,
Oh. Magical item that Dyanna can use?
Use?
Yay!
You can
at the
certainly try.
at the top of the head of this thing, you see that there is. Best description would
It's not
be
a snake, is it?
no. It looks like a carapace like a beetle, if that makes sense.
Is
Sort of
that
curled
better?
up on itself.
Is that any better than a snake?
With
I'd rather the snake.
Huh?
I would rather the snake.
And
Because the snake turns into a snake, and I don't want the snake stuff.
Mm.
'Cause- Okay.
actually, hold on, sorry. I'm being indecisive here. I do apologize about that. Where's the other one? Where's the one I was thinking of? There's one I was thinking of, I can't find it.
You can come back to it because I'm not
That's
going to
it.
identify it right now.
good point. As soon as you identify it, like the top kind of opens.
We'll come
up,
back to it.
maybe.
We'll come back to it.
The spells. Or scrolls. They're not spells.
Mm.
Scrolls. No, sorry.
The scrolls, you roll them out. You see one that, if there's two of them, there is one here that is a scroll. It's not a scroll to cast from. They're both, again, written down. This is teleport.
Yes.
That means.
The other one here is confusingly, it is a spell called Cloud of Daggers, which is not as powerful as teleport, but still useful in its own way. Why they were stored together, not very clear. So much as if someone were struggling and stuck here, very much fuck you guys, and then I go kind of vibe to it.
Alright.
Teleport is so good.
That is.
You guys are level 12? More?
Yeah, 12.
Yeah.
12.
Oops.
Kind of spells are
Pretty big.
on the horizon.
Mm.
Oh, I accidentally clicked you, so you're gonna go really big on the screen.
Me?
No, Seb.
Oh.
There it is. Setting this back again. Anyway, there's a massive delay. Anyway, sorry. Carry on. How the fuck do we get out of here?
You saw a similar ring circle.
Yeah, so we step back onto circles.
Oh yeah.
Stepping back onto there, you reappear just in front of the desk. You have to quickly move out of the way to not fly into each other.
Yeah.
That was
Cool.
cool.
What's the rest of what I do? And we suddenly disappeared.
Albert didn't
Yeah.
notice.
Oh. I didn't think those two
Dewey's
noticed
like-
either.
Guys, I found a teleportation circle.
Nice one, but
Zeke is not even in the same room. Staring at a wall.
Zeke's under the stairs or something.
Why would they make steps so big?
Trying to get the steps.
Like, I could get up them. But why would they make me make an effort? What kind of ableists?
And this is
Wizards.
why architecture is important.
Wizards.
Damn wizards and the goddamn flying spells, and they
Yeah, they probably all fly up here, Zeke. That's why to make us leg walkers have to struggle.
Zeke,
Or you walk with your legs, how droll.
Meanwhile, Garrett's like, guys, did you see them just vanish?
Where have they gone?
What are you on about, Garrick? They're right there.
It's like 5 seconds from diving in after you.
So it's like, yeah, Garrick, cool. But look at them. They're pristine. Thousands of years of being used, and maybe they weren't even used. They had stairs for fashion.
The
What the fuck are you
opulence
talking
of this
about?
place.
What about the other side? Is the other side a bit smaller?
Oh my god, I'm gonna walk away.
Yeah. Should we go back to the television circle thing?
Oh, you've got a stick. What have you found?
You have
Uh,
to-
Is it a walking stick?
I think so, yeah. Like, wizards are old, you know, technically, so. It's a stick.
That's it. Did they use
Yeah,
it
this
to
is
pole
kind of the
vault?
same idea.
Maybe they use that to vault up the stick.
The pole vault stick.
It's a staff
Wow.
It's a staff of transport upstairs. You just hit it on the ground and you
It just
appear at the
turns
top of the
into-
nearest
It
staircase.
turns into one of those old people elevator.
I stand a stair lift.
They just sit on it and it just goes around the nearest stairs very slowly.
I'm pretty sure that's not what it is.
I mean,
Put
do
it
you
at the
know?
base of the stairs and like a little
No, but
leg
it could
rest
be.
comes up and you just step on it and it goes.
I'm happy now saying, yeah, let's keep it as there is a beetle on the top, little flourish of, there are lots of diamonds embedded, almost like scales, like thin slivers of diamonds along the top that gives it a sort of trippy pattern as you look at it. But this sort of beetled top to it.
Okay.
That is a telltale mark of a tire right there.
Is it?
Beetles?
Diamond.
Oh no.
Oh.
Does this technically belong to you?
I don't think so. You found it. Finders keepers. Well, as far as I'm
Well, I
concerned.
don't think that's... Like, if you found something that was my mother's, then I would be
That's a good point.
pretty sad.
But I would
about
just
that.
give it to you.
Thank you. I would be pretty sad about that. Like, if Dewey kept the keys to my mother's, like, house, I'd be pretty sad about that. So,
I mean, what?
nothing.
Dewey pulls them out of his pockets like, what?
No, because you...
Think about this all day. They like, kept keys.
You kept the keys, so... Anyway.
No, they probably would have wanted it to go to a...
I guess. Maybe. Alright.
These stairs are a struggle as he starts walking down the stairs.
Oh
I
my god.
know, right?
Like, my knees are bad, but, like, it's quite high. Oh.
For God's sake, we're monks. We can run up fucking walls.
Wait,
But he said he
what?
could climb. You missed this bit. Apparently you were gone.
Just because I can does not mean that everyone of my height can.
Yeah, like,
Try and be considerate of the other short people.
just put a ramp in. Look at the size of this room. You could have a really, like, it doesn't need to be steep.
I'm walking. Can we go to the next place?
Yeah, I'm walking off.
You try and walk
Yeah,
out
because you have the luxury of being able to do so.
You walk out the main exit there. Dagwen did not notice anything. It's been a bit of time now. Maybe verging on an hour. Actually, probably just over an hour at this point, sort of traveling between them, the investigation time. Where are you headed to next? You don't know how long you have of this.
Can I ask my new friend?
Yeah. I think so.
How long do we have?
I'm keeping the students here with small spells, but they will not come past my asthma. So.
Why are you doing that?
There's a lot of beauty in this place, even now. I want to make sure you see it. And with time, you might be able to restore it here. Make it what it was again. I don't know if we can help those in front of me. You now see a image in your head of these students in front of you, boiling at the side of Miasma. They're quite far away, and you can see like spots of these sort of like colorful magical light floating through the air, multicolors, occasionally combining with the others and almost like arcing out into lightning. Again, all this sort of multicolor, multiple directions, as though you are seeing from within the miasma out, and at the edge you can see truly hundreds of these things crawling over each other, but seemingly same as the ones that sort of like stepped into the fire but then put it out, smart enough not to go rushing into this, whatever this is. I pity them. I tried to save them. I was too late. It wasn't enough.
Can I feel that sadness?
There's like a strong emotional component to this as well.
Oh. Yeah. I wish I could have attended the school when it was at its best.
A day may yet be to come. Hope so.
Hope so.
Dyanna?
Piri told me your name, that you're a student here, but it feels rude to not have made proper introductions. I am Telvralian Dweller. To think of myself still as the evoker of these towers.
I think you're actually the headmaster at this point.
Need to be another poll about that. There's bitterness. There's a joke where there's bitterness in it.
Well, I'm technically the only student, so I would have the
Right.
only vote.
Very light of you.
You cannot hear this.
I know.
Well, as I've been reliably told, the only staff member still on campus. May your journey through learning be bright and full of opportunity.
Oh, and I'm Dyanna Latarsis, but I think you know that.
Nice to properly be introduced, Dyanna.
Dyanna.
Hmm?
Dyanna.
What?
Dewey's just poking you in the eye.
And because Dewey's about this height, so I'll just What?
You.
As you are distracted, you feel no more continuation to the conversation needs to be stopped.
But I can still feel it.
You can still, that connection still feels open.
You're kind of spaced out there. Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you. Just tired at the moment.
Oh, okay.
I lied to Dewey. I don't like lying to Dewey.
Well, it was a 4 on the insight check. Whatever. Well, no, that'd be 6, I guess. So I fail that one.
Let's do abjuration, I think.
I think
was
seeing
that
Dewey.
one exploded.
No, the 3 that exploded were most of evocation, all of enchantment and delusion.
I think seeing Dewey like poke at you and like you zoned out. I'm just gonna lean over to Dagwin. Do you remember when we were like that? When we were younger.
No. Of course I do.
Just chuckle to myself. Well, chuckle with Dagwin.
She's laughing and then seems to take a hold of her surroundings again. Okay, we should be moving on.
Yeah. It's quite literally a hellscape.
Yeah.
Well, occasionally.
Well,
But nice in other places.
I love it.
Okay. Abjuration then. I will do.
And then a little bit of evocation, and top it off with the Talvarian's wing.
Maybe you should ask your friend if it's okay to go into the miasma of rampant spell usage, I think. I don't know, wherever the fuck that is he's sitting in currently.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
You guide your party to where you remember the abjuration wing was. And as you do so, you sort of turn a corner and very suddenly just fog boiling in front of you. Where you know there should be a corridor. You cannot see past it. It's heavily obscured the entire way.
No.
What are we looking at?
Remember abjuration, guys? Yeah, it's like protective. So this must be an abjuration spell that is protecting stuff. we just walk in?
Yeah, you
I
walk
am
blindly
not a
forward.
wizard.
Walk blindly forward.
Yeah. Can I pick out anything in the fog?
Can't see anything. You listen carefully. There's not anything to be heard.
Is there anything like to the sides where there should be walls?
You keep reaching out, and eventually your hand feels cold stone.
Oh, I found a wall.
Okay.
Can I dispel
You-
magic on something? Are you sure you have to dispel magic on something? I don't know how that works. Never used
Good
it before.
question. You reach out to dispel magic. Make a roll about it for me. Assuming you're casting at a third level.
Yeah, let's try that.
Yeah. I believe this is a wizard spell for you, so an intelligence check. I'll tell you what you're
10
looking
plus
to hit.
spells. 10 plus the spell's level.
Yeah, and you're not sure what you're trying to hit, if that makes sense, but
Oh, if it's a
intelligence
third level spell or lower, it works.
Yeah, and
so that's not.
yeah, and it is not. It is not just
Nope. Nope. There, I got a 2.
you
So that's
reach out to try and disrupt the arcane here. Is rebuffed. Spell continues.
Okay.
It's clearly magical fog. It's not.
Yeah.
But does it act like normal fog? Like if you waft it, will it?
Yeah, when you waft it, it does
Waft.
sort of waft. It wafts.
It's waffable.
It's waftable.
Can we go along? Can I go along the walls until I found a door? Find a door.
Yeah, you continue until you find a door. I'm going to say on the left here. You go in. You see.
Stay close to each other. Would it be a wise idea to like tie rope to one another so we don't get lost or separated?
I believe Dyanna's already just gone ahead.
I'm just saying this too. I can't see.
That
So
was
I'm
a-
just saying magical fog. It's not.
That would be a
There
really good
is-
idea to hold hands or something, but I did not do that.
I'm just saying this to whoever's still near me, I guess.
Can I follow Dyanna through her, like listening for her footsteps?
I will put my hand out and eventually find one of the humans. And then go, fire your hands out and find the other humans and or Dragonborn.
The Taxes is probably venturing forward.
So it's just Zeke, Albert, and Dagwin just holding hands.
waiting for somebody to step forward first.
I can see, so I'm gonna step forward. I'm gonna
Can you
step
see?
forward.
Can you
I have
see?
dark vision, yes.
It's not
You're
dark.
dark
dark.
vision, but it's not
Fine.
dark.
Okay.
It's fog heavily obscuring the area.
Oh, sorry, I misheard you.
No one can see.
No one can see
Unless you're
shit.
blind sight.
No,
However, stepping out of the corridor, actually, is there effect?
Be like, this
Oh,
way.
no, I do apologize. I do. That's my mistake. Actually, no.
That's kind of.
They came in here.
Yeah.
There is again. You have to take your hand away quickly rather than get a splinter in the splintered open door in this section. As it suddenly opens up into a very similar classroom. They have very copy-paste classrooms here of each other. Whether that was meant to be to make it quickly, whether they were made by magic, whether it was every school of magic is the same and the same value kind of thing. Although the offices are different, so clearly allowed to add some flair there.
Alice is the best, so it's fine.
But yeah, probably the magic thing. Easier to make a uniform class. You see,
There's no
contrary to the other ones, there aren't any really bookshelves in here. Don't seem to be anything of that sort. There aren't skeletons of students. Imagine they were changed as the other ones. But you can see evidence of who the drudge been in here, like footprints in the dust, that kind of thing.
Math. Fucked if we came here while they're still there.
Is that a thing for there?
That's a lectern where somebody you've seen them in the other ones. You can make an investigation check about it. Absolutely.
And it is like the fog doesn't follow us in.
Fog does not seem to follow you in from the door.
Investigation, did you say?
Yeah.
20.
20.
Yeah.
You see in the lectern there is sort of a pair of doors, sort of a cupboard door, if that makes sense. There's no keyhole, but when you go to sort of pull it open, it feels jammed. It feels locked, but there's no keyhole.
Okay, look. Dispel magic.
You cast Dispel Magic on this effect. Because it's part of a big spell, I'm going to ask you to roll the check again.
I add my modifier to that.
You do add your intelligence modifier.
So it's 18.
18. You, as you like one hand on it, cast a spell. You feel the arcane lock. That was the effect of an arcane lock, I should say. Give way, and you can open it up, and you see that there are. There's a few things in here. It takes some time to sort of sort out because they were clearly very hastily jammed in here, and it almost like spills out as you open it up. Scrolls that have been like badly crumpled paper, like shoved in there, if that makes sense. You see the spells Shield, Mage Armor, Counterspell, Spell Magic, and Non-Detection.
Counterspell.
You also see there is a long sort of black chain. It's almost like black beads in a chain, leading to a pendant that clearly looks magical. A black metal beaded chain leading to a pendant. Of that same black metal, it's a small red ruby in the middle.
Mum?
Yeah.
Oh.
Imagine just finding your mum in a random
It
locker.
does not look like a locket. It does not look like it opens.
Cool. Pocket that for later.
It's magical, definitely.
Yeah, it's very pretty. It will
Cool.
go-
I'll save
it will
the rest
go
of you.
in my eyes.
The fog is still outside.
Yes, Dagwin, you might want to stay by the entrance or further down to alert us just in case if they are coming again.
Got those.
When just head nod and then blindly fumbles their way back to where the fog starts.
Okay, we'll do this right this time, and I'll take Dewey's hand.
Oh, hey.
Hello. And then before, I don't know if he's gonna complain about it, but I'm gonna go back into the fog.
Okay. You
Okay.
go back to the fog. Are you continuing along the way you were previously going?
Yeah, we'll go along the left-hand wall.
Cool.
I'll try and follow the waft line that Diana's making by walking.
What line? Are we making by farting?
You,
Farting
you
along. Sorry.
it's okay. You continue along this way until so you can start to begin to feel like slight elevation as you step forward. Because you're taking the lead, can you make me a I believe this is a dexterity saving throw.
Cool.
Yes.
Walk Dewey into death.
Yeah. 16.
16 is going to.
Is
Going to be person who cast it. 16 is not going to be their DC. You feel your foot take a step, and then the rest of your body follow up as you are immediately sticking to what feels like webs within the fog, just so we can see it. I have put it on the map, but it is heavily obscured, but you can still has the fog there. I just wanted a bit more clarity so you can feel it. You have sort of hand along this side, and you are stuck in place.
Ow.
Dewey, you definitely feel Dyanna just stop.
You okay?
Stuck. It's sticky. Don't come this way.
On what's sticky?
I don't know. It's sticky. Is this magical web or is this spider web?
It feels more sticky. Make a investigation or arcana check about it.
23 arcana.
23 arcana. You have been in a similar web spell before when Garrick cast this on you. This is the web spell. It's almost like on a 23 arcana, multiple of these effects seem to be happening on a permanent basis, which should be impossible. You think there is a larger underlying spell that is causing all of these effects.
Yeah.
And on the 23, you think you dispelled some of it, but not all of it, as though normally dispel magic would stop the spell. This has dispelled part of the spell that is still ongoing, and part of it is these sticky webs and the fog, and God knows what else.
Can I get through it? Can I cut
Make
my
a strength check.
Strength? Ooh.
Yeah. Because you're currently restrained.
I got a natural 1 for 1.
You,
wow.
Try and
more stuck than I was.
You just fall forward.
And I'm like,
Try
and then roll over in it. So I'm
yeah.
really stuck.
You like lift up a leg to like kick yourself out, and as soon as you lift up a leg, stuck, and it is very sticky.
Oh, Dewey, I'm really stuck.
Okay, all right,
really
okay.
Stuck.
Hang on. And I kind of like
You try and cut it, maybe?
look forward a bit. Am I able to kind of see where she's
You can't
stuck?
see shit.
Really?
Try and dispel magic the web.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Make a roll about it.
Make a roll about
Hold
it.
on, no, hold on. I can try and pull you free.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Okay.
Through the web, though.
Right. Help me out here, and I'll kind of take hold of her and start trying to pull back.
Make a strength check.
Is she able to assist?
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Come on, strength or athletics?
This is a pure strength check.
Yeah. Check, not saving throw. Oh.
Makes a super strong.
It's a 10.
No.
Did you say 10?
Yes.
Oh man.
You do not get caught in the webs yourself, but whatever you're pulling against is sticky and not giving way.
Strength is my dump stat too.
So wandering with the Dragonborn and the humans, like. So where do you think they went?
Dragonborn is back at the entrance.
Dragonborn's at the entrance, yeah.
You're by yourself.
The human then.
It's just me.
Just me and the human then.
Oh,
So where do you think they went? Yeah.
Cute.
I think I hear them that way.
Mm-hmm.
Stuck in a web.
Do you need a hand?
Yeah. If you just keep going towards our voices, but don't go too fast because you'll get stuck in it yourself.
Gonna put his hand on my shoulder, grab the spear, and just kind of turn it around and do the blind man thing.
Use it as a cane, yeah.
Tapping it forward until I find it.
Yeah, you're tapping with your spear, you do eventually feel it, and your spear is like kind of stuck in it.
I have an idea.
Oh no.
You're
Oh
probably
no.
not gonna
Spell
like
magic.
Oh no. Oh
No.
no. Oh no.
it. I can't spell magic.
I know exactly what he's gonna do.
No, you don't.
No, you can't set this on fire. I'm literally in it.
Oh, well, boo.
I
that what you
knew
were
exactly
gonna
what
do?
you were
That's
doing.
exactly what you were gonna
Exactly
do.
what you were gonna
Like,
do.
What?
Oh, I thought you were gonna do
I-
patient defense and just.
I mean, also that, but I was also just going to be like, flint and steel, just.
I'm
It's not
in
like you
it.
take out a dagger and then cut it down.
It's highly flammable.
Just
Yeah.
everybody just help me pull
Oh.
Dyanna out of it first, and then
I mean, I
I
am
thought-
resistant.
I
to
thought-
it,
No.
know.
I
If
thought
I
some
get-
elves, were immune to fire.
No, not immune.
Oh.
Resistant.
Empire. Sorry.
Oh, is that what they said?
Just something about fire being. I don't listen to them mostly anymore.
Right. Okay.
Is there anywhere that this web looks like it's coming out of, in particular?
Can't see. It's heavily obscured. There's fog everywhere.
We just pull Dyanna out of the web.
Make a strength check.
sure.
Can we
Yeah.
all get in a tangle line and just like? Ugh!
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
All of you get some. That'll do it. Working
Please.
together.
Yeah.
Taxes
Axis
put their
is
feet
so
in.
strong.
I'm not
Natural one for
minus
you.
one.
it's like that in the
Natural one for
wyvern
you.
thing, wasn't it?
There is a shot.
I've rolled these dice twice, and I've had natural ones both times.
Oh dear.
I am so glad.
And they're
for our
and they're
custom
available
dice.
now on our website.
I'll keep it with our tradition. But yes,
See-
natural one.
You fall ass over tea kettle away from other people and have to Marco Polo your way back to them because you cannot see. Just very carefully trying to take gentle steps forward so you don't run straight into a web that you know is somewhere next to you.
Oh,
You'll all turn around.
Web.
Yeah.
So I was like, shit.
Does that mean the web
This
is
web,
gone?
the web's not gone. You're just free from it now.
Now we can set on fire.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Try?
Yes.
Highly
you-
flammable.
Patient defense.
Yeah, patient defense. As you channel your chi through, your need to protect. Your spear lights up with fire. The webs are flammable. You just see in the fog this sudden burn up as within a round. The full length of them disappears, and presumably the staircase they were blocking is no longer blocked anymore.
You used
Wow.
the torch to do that, right?
No.
Oh,
Okay.
Key doesn't. Does Key? No, we confirmed that Key doesn't. We
No,
didn't-
it's
we didn't
it's
experiment.
magic. It's magic. I kept my magic things.
Well, no,
Did you-
only
No.
your thing.
Oh, I'm my
it
spear.
doesn't really matter. If he has one magic thing, he may as well have all the magic things.
Okay, that's now going to attract them.
Oh,
Well,
guys, I'm sorry. I've been doing magic for a while. Sorry.
This is why I have Dagwin the front door, just in case they does come and
We
they do come.
I.
That should be a last resort, shouldn't it? In case those things come back.
Oh, So.
has
Turns out.
been casting magic the entire time
Huh?
because I'm sure you've been casting magic a fair bit because VSM, so you would have heard it or seen it.
And they haven't
Necessarily.
come running back.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. But
But.
Dewey probably heard you try it in the web at the very least.
Oh, yeah. So, our new friend, is still, yeah, you can't see me. Is still, has a line open to my brain.
Yes.
So,
In your head?
yeah. So, I asked him if we have more time, and we do. He's distracting them.
Great.
Okay.
I hope he's not lying.
You know,
Hence why I have Dagwin at the entrance.
And then I
Yeah.
grab Dewey's hand and move.
Oh,
Just in case we
they're gone again. Did anyone see which way they went?
up
Well,
the stairs.
Upstairs.
Good,
Categorically.
good.
Now
That's
I
what I'm
don't.
saying.
You heard
Up
the
the stairs.
trailer.
Good. That's what I'm checking. Is just was there a down?
Up.
Was there a down?
You see the fog just go whoosh in one direction. I assume Diana's not being particularly slow.
Well, it's just stairs.
Keeping a hand on a wall, on the left-hand side wall, you feel as this thing progresses a little to the left until you reach a solid wall in front of you.
Oh.
You follow your hand along the wall, just keeping round and round. You're not entirely sure where you are now. You're a bit twisted up. You feel it begin to progress round and round. I would say with time, you eventually make your way back to a staircase all the way round, and hopefully it's going to reveal all of that there.
Okay.
Now what? This,
What happens if I cast a spell magic at a high level?
What level are you casting it at?
Well, you don't want to be pointing your hand towards something that we might not want to be dispelled.
Yeah, no.
Correct?
Let's just go back down the right hand.
You
I want
go
to check
down
the rest of the bottom floor.
the right-hand side of the corridor. You find another classroom. This time the lectern looks battered and destroyed. You don't think there's anything else to be gained from in here. But no fog in here, which is nice. There's been none of those very iconic-looking desks that the other wings have had for their office, if that makes sense.
There's been no exams going on as well, apparently.
No exams in here either. Abjuration exams clearly either
Done for
to
the
come
year.
or done for the year.
Okay.
I will.
What happens if we just go
No.
straight this way?
If you go straight that way,
Bang.
make me an investigation check.
9.
Nine.
I have Dewey's hand. I'm just pulling Dewey along. Ow.
More webs.
I walked into the
Investigation check.
wall.
You stub your toe on a chair.
Why is there a chair there? Who left the chair
You
downstairs?
walk straight forward. You're like, this is a solid wall. Can you make me a I mean, it's literally the trap department. Can you make me a wisdom saving throw, please?
The trap department.
The abjuration wing.
14? That's gonna be too low.
I need to make
You
one
feel
as
like
well.
you should leave.
Dewey isn't there with his hand.
Do I need to make one as
Holding
well?
to his hand.
Because of
in your-
this.
In your head, you think you should. Roll at advantage. I believe Osasris elves have advantage against being charmed. Is that right? Still?
No.
Oh, in
I
that
don't think
case.
so.
No, I think we
Haven't
took that
written
off.
in.
In that case, you feel like you should leave. There's nothing to be gained here.
We should leave.
Dewey agrees. 'Cause I just rolled. I don't know if I have to roll or not, but I got a natural one.
Amazing. Okay.
What? They're clearly hiding something. Sog, are you
No.
sure it's not be useful?
Oh.
So we're just gonna stumble around into stuff. I'm
just gonna turn
it's
around and go back.
pointless. Can't see anything.
Back down there. I think we should leave. I think Evocation has good stuff, so you can see what's happening over there.
You head out
This is really
of
Very
there.
well.
This is the spell
Yeah.
you wanted.
I know. Guards and Wards is a hell of a spell, and there are spells within the spell.
That's the one that I wanted.
You might give it 8 hours. The suggestion might fade, and you might want to come back here. For now, you're charmed, and you don't want to leave. You want to leave.
Abjuration is the most powerful one. Nobody realizes it.
Ildweir is a strong. Yeah, Ildweir was the Abjurer, and she made this place protected.
Just watch them wander past and just look at taxes and just go,
You can't see taxes.
Once you are,
I am not.
I feel taxes key.
Wow.
Wow. I did not
Okay.
give consent.
Don't touch my key.
Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride.
Get the fuck off my key.
Well,
Oh,
much
education.
magical knowledge, staff and amulet, or a pendant, I should say, for richer. You head towards the evocation wing, or what is left of it. You realize there's no way to reach it without traveling through the miasma, unless you wish to go all the way back around.
Right. I'm gonna ask.
Yeah?
My friend. Can we get to the evocation wing?
There's that imply in your head. You see an image from within the miasma again of a closer look at the shattered evocation wing with you see now recognize the pattern of these classrooms. One is like clearly torn in half, and there are bits of it left, sort of like hanging with like a desk sort of still awkwardly hanging off the side. Not sure there is much left for you to gain there. Apologize. Make a perception check in this image they are sending you within your own mind.
Oh, 18.
There is very clearly now a crater in the ground that looks like it came roughly from the evocation, where the evocation wing is standing. You think, in the vision you're seeing, that you're floating pretty much over that crater.
Alright. Do I get the idea that he's telling the truth at that?
Make an insight check.
16.
You get the impression they are concealing something. The impression you get initially, I would say, would be that there might be something for you there. They are worried it's too dangerous for you to go there. But they are saying there's probably nothing for you there.
But there might
Immediate
be.
impression is... But they've definitely obscured the truth there by saying there's nothing for you there. They may well not know.
How would he have worded it? There's nothing for you there, or there's...
I think, what did I say? I worry
There's not much for you.
I
not
worry
much
there's
for
not
you
much
here.
for you there when you're talking about the evocation.
But there might be.
I suppose there might be, Dyanna. There are great magics to be learned in evocation. If you are ready. However, what magics you can learn there, I'm also willing to teach. If you have the
There's the stinger.
patience and aptitude, which I believe you do. I have been here for quite some time. Good to have another person to talk to.
Sure. Can I do another insight check?
Make an insight check.
This is the first time I'm doing insight checks. Ah. Oh no. That's 7. He's told the truth. That's really sweet. Okay.
Yeah, he's appreciating the company.
That's probably true.
Dyanna, I don't know if I can hold them here much longer. I think it may be time for you to retreat to the safety of the temple for now.
Where are you now?
I am where I have been, standing guard over these ruins, as I tried to for so many years ago. I am in the miasma, but it is dangerous for you to enter.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Oh. Would I know that?
Well, going into this man, change your head multiple colors instead of just.
How does suggestion work again? Is it? I just believe that there's nothing there for 8 hours. Yeah.
You just want to leave. You don't want to. It's just a course of activity. A course of activity limited to a sentence or two. There's nothing more to be gained here. I should leave the abjuration wing alone. I should go. Essentially, the impression you have in your mind, just back of the head, of like, no, there's nothing here, or at least there's nothing I can find here.
Then
Move
I'll
on.
go, I guess.
Yeah. It's abjuration wing seems to be the limit of Spellbound. That said, you speak with Taurarion, have learned a great deal, magically richer for it in many ways, and because it is nearly 20 minutes to midnight, I feel like we should wrap up, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'm having fun as well, but we need to stop or we'll be here all night until we've explored every inch of the place, which I hope we do. I hope we do. But
we can go back now, though. We can go back and.
yes, you've got time to sort of retreat to a library. Think of what you know. You have identify. You have the teleportation circle.
Yep.
That's actually amazing.
Yeah, bumper selection of things there.
The thing is, right, you could cast teleportation, right, as soon as you put in your spell book. It's a large spell, it will attract everyone to the temple, because you cast it from the temple, but then you would teleport somewhere else, where you won't be. It would drag everyone away, but you teleport, like, away from them.
Oh.
Similar with Dimension Door. Everything's within a very large area, but you're gone.
Yeah. Smart.
And then we're in the Learning Towers.
Yeah.
Of course, you'd be giving it a large...
And in 8 hours, we're going to go back to abjuration, because it's bullshit.
As you're going to realise...
Wait a minute.
Hey!
God damn
Maybe
it.
you should tell people about it. So if I start acting weird, and I don't want to be here...
What caused a magical effect? It was right here. Oh, you know what? Fuck this. Let's go. It happens again.
Be like, taxes? You know that I wouldn't want to leave. God damn it.
It was unavailable for that period of time. Taxes was experiencing technical issues.
It's true.
Oh
It's
god,
true.
Reboot.
Her eyes are just flashing random colours.
Oh, reset. Okay, cool. I mean, yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Is he gonna be in my head for like ever?
Forever.
He has cast a spell that exists. Yeah.
Like Until I when I sleep and stuff, is he gonna be in my head?
He doesn't appear to be able to read your thoughts. It's just
That's...
channel of communication through which he seems to be able to send images as well as the emotion behind it.
Oh, hang on a minute. Have I got?
Welcome
a
to
thing
my
that's
life.
gonna be really fun.
Me and
may
Dewey
well
are
be.
still suspicious as fuck about this. This guy's been here on his own for a long time.
Um.
I'm sure he's perfectly fine.
So I don't know,
Perfect.
like, am I allowed this now from Sam? But it was just actually no, I think I would have got it from the ship. But I'm proficient in the dice set, so I would like to have a dice set. I thought I had one. It's not written it down.
Maybe you should go to a magical storage room as you or transmutation department.
So that was broken. That was not the broken one.
No, transmutation.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, then
Transmutation's
maybe we should go to the storeroom.
Not a story. No.
It's a story.
I do like transmutation department.
It's so good.
We'll go there.
Necromancy is the only other one. Transmutation and necromancy are the two you haven't explored.
Alright, yeah. Should we not go back? Can we just do that quickly before the miasma thing?
You
goes
could try and do a buzz by. Yeah, we
Yeah.
can retcon that. I mean, we hadn't actually left the grounds
Yeah,
yet. But,
cool, good.
but it's not tonight.
No.
Because
Before
look.
the
Stuff.
stuff.
Cool.
A quick go around.
Quick tour.
Quick tour of the creepy necromancy section.
Necromancy.
Leaving that to last because it's creepy as fuck.
I'm really hoping that it goes against the grain and you go in there and it's like all like bright
Pink and
colours,
fluffy.
like a kindergarten or something. Loads like flowers on the wall and stuff like that.
It's a kitten poster that says "Hang in there,"
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but you look too closely. No.
The thing is, Phil,
The eyes move.
without life
Yeah.
there would be no death, and thus no undeath. It's all but a circle of life.
It's the circle of life. Just a necromancer holding up the skeleton of a kitten. We're just going.
Taxidermied kitten. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I would have played necromancer.
Oh my god, yes! Oh my god, yes! A necromancer that specifically does taxidermy creatures. Oh my god!
My familiar is a taxidermy cat with a button for an eye.
Can you give Whisper a
Circle of
wiggle
life.
so they get
No.
Really pissed off
He
at
looks
you.
thrilled.
He looks really, really annoyed.
No.
I think you should.
It's a
put
circle
him
of life.
Looks so angry.
I
Thank
think
you,
that's just his
Whisper.
face.
It is.
Things I could do to that to my cat for about 5 seconds, and he'd go, "This is weird. I don't know why you thought
in.
what gave you the balls to do this." This is like so surprised that you had the balls to do this. We're gonna make sure you never do it again. Never walk again if we do this right.
By taking said ball.
Yeah, right.
Oh god.
Thank you for your contribution, Whisper. Believe
Any
them.
announcements? Any things?
Oh,
Here we
oh
go.
boy, do we have some stuff for you.
Yeah. Cool. So the main thing is that in the last few days I've been working to try and is the stream still working?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Oh,
It's not.
wait.
Oh no, it's
Oh,
Oh,
no,
I
it's
can
full
hear
display
us.
for me.
I can hear us.
Well, it's.
Oh, there we go.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Are we still here?
I think we're still
Oh,
here.
yeah.
I think the
Anybody
video
in the-
feed's a bit slow.
In the chat, how is our video feed doing and can you still hear us?
It's probably very.
Yeah, I can hear us. We're just like
Yeah. But
30-second delayed.
Okay.
I just refreshed.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay, cool. I'll carry on then.
Yay.
Yeah, so over the last few days, I've been putting up all the new stuff that we have up on the website. It's still not finished, but it's getting there. But yeah, as you can see, some people holding stuff up. Doran has everything. We have the new ritual spellbook and witch class up online. If you're wondering what spells we were using, they're probably in here. Fucking monolith. Sam, I want monolith. But yeah. But yes. There are over 50 new spells in here, including the witch class as well. A load of crafts that they can do. So Dyanna has the craft psychometry, where she touches things and knows things. Yeah.
That's what I do. I touch
things and know
touch
things.
things and I know things.
You literally took the words from my mouth.
Touch
We
and
hang
know
around with each
things.
other far too much.
Yes. As well as the dice that we've pretty much all been using. These ones, they are the custom-made dice we had for the Kickstarter. They're all up online as well. We have a deal where you can get the book and then get the dice for only £20 as well. Ooh. We have the hardcover and the softcover books. We have our beginners bundles up here. And what else do we have? We also have the bundle and the other dice set. So it's a beginners bundle. Has a ring to it, that. Bundle. Yeah, what else? What else is there that's up online? More things that I have put online.
The original things we
there's the
started.
T-shirts that look like this. There's a moth as well. T-shirt, the Pride T-shirts. 'Tis Pride Month, yo. Pride T-shirts are on there. Badges will be online. So will greetings cards.
We got stuff.
Many
Stuff.
Also, Pride badges. Because Pride, yo. That's it, I think. They're also on Etsy. For a bit. No, they'll be on Etsy. I haven't touched Etsy today. Yes.
I have a thing.
Yeah.
I would like to give a very personal shout out to the tape that Sam is using to hold up that flag. It's held out the entire
The
stream.
whole time.
It has held.
It has held.
I am
and then
very
please,
impressed.
Please fall now. Yes. Cool. Yeah, so check out our website. Come join our Discord, where we'll also have some cool stuff. Yeah.
You come to talk to us about everything. Thanks for joining. If you're still watching, everybody that's joined the Discord today, thank you very much for watching.
Yay. Thank you, guys. Do we have anyone we'd like to raid? Is there anybody out there who is particularly gay that we'd like to go raid?
Don't know if they're particularly gay, but I sent you someone with some she, hers, and she, theys. So maybe it's as close to anything Pride that I could find D&D or TTRPG related at the moment.
That's fine.
Everyone's gay this one.
Everyone's gay. I mean, I think everyone's gay anyway.
It's all a spectrum.
Whether you like it or not.
Whether you know it or not.
Gay agenda.
The gay agenda.
I don't know how to
The
get out
gayer
of view.
gender.
Gayer. Oh wait.
What is the gayest gender?
The gay
The gayest.
agenda or the gayer
The gayer gender.
gender? Oh my gosh. Both?
Both.
Exactly. Everyone's a little gay.
The answer is yes.
I
Oh,
don't know
my
how to get
section.
out of
Both.
it. How do I get? How do I get out of this mod mode?
I don't know.
Oh god, I can't remember now.
Oh, exit. Exit.
Now, everyone, I do want you to forgive us. We are only 2 years at practice of doing
We've only
this.
been doing this for.
Right. But like, we're still learning, okay?
The sun is
Doesn't matter
melting
how-
our planet, and we are so
Fire.
sweaty.
It is hot. It is
Tired.
hot.
It's hot.
If you guys are not in the UK and want to know how hot it is,
Oh no!
And it's midnight. It's nearly
it's
midnight.
and that has been by the open window.
And also in the UK, it's Easter here.
Okay, hey.
That's how.
This is
You
how
know
you find
what?
out this is a pre-recorded
Fucking-
stream.
Pre-recorded
Shade.
stream.
Shane,
This is-
because where is your Easter egg, Phil? Where is
It's in
your
the
Easter egg?
It's in the fridge where it won't squidge together. That's what
So you have an Easter egg. Friggin-
I do. I do have an Easter egg.
Is this Easter in the UK?
Yeah,
Alright,
Okay.
fine.
climate change. What can I say?
Happy Pride Month.
Right.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that.
Run.
We're all very
Yes.
warm and tired.
I can't
It doesn't
imagine
matter how
something
proficient
like-
you are at something, no matter how long you've been doing it for, you can still roll a natural one.
Yeah.
And we do that
I
well.
have finally found the people that you wanted me to raid, so I will do that.
Yay!
Yay!
Not sure what's happening, but yeah, cool.
They're in a one shot, I believe.
Oh, okay, cool. Amazing. Yeah. Does anyone else have anything to say? Oh my gosh, Sam, I didn't put your image up. Shall I wait? I think we should wait.
I would wait. I would wait. We haven't seen them up
Wait.
close. We might have a full commissioned piece by then. Of
Ooh.
our...
Yes, we shall wait.
OMG. I love that. Okay. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Okay then. Anyone else have anything to add?
No.
In which case.
Happy Pride.
Happy
Pride.
Pride! But yeah, we'll see you guys soon. If you are new to our channel, has everything stopped working? Oh no,
It's
you're
just
there.
buffering.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, if you're new to our channel, everything stops working
This
all the time.
We're called Fumble folks for a reason.
It's not just the dice rolls.
But yeah, if you are new to our channel, then I also DM on Mondays. It's called Chasing Shadows, and my guys are level 16.
And everything's falling apart. If you think the south is bad, oh boy, have you seen the north?
The north of our homeworld country, it's
Not
wow.
perfect. Not perfect
funnily enough-
anywhere.
Somehow we're partly responsible for both.
There's been nukes, plagues, everything you can ask for.
And
People ask,
planar
why are the
travel.
northern countries helping the empire? They're busy. They're doing stuff. Shit's happening.
Busy trying to clean up their own mess.
Try not to fall apart themselves.
Yeah. But yeah. Come and join me and my nerds on Mondays. Oh, it's getting interesting. Yeah. Okay, cool. But yeah, again, I'm gonna raid these people now. So, say hi when you get over there.
Say hi for us.
Say hi. All right.
Don't
cool.
forget to like and subscribe on the YouTubes.
Like the
Like.
tubes is. Yeah. See you guys soon. Bye.
We will rise like the sun and we'll never run, and we will fight till we won. We will bite, we will smite all through the night. We'll never sleep, never rest. Put the faith to the test.